ready for the time of your lives, cause you are now watching Godcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Godcat, the show one of the hosts accidentally uninstalled Discord off their computer. I'm your host, Hydrawave99, and I'm joined here today with Blue Alpaca. How is everyone today?
Uh, wow. Okay. Just because I tried to download something. Okay. I see where we're going right now. Basically what happened is I tried to download um uh, I think I forgot what it was, but I tried to download like a conversion software and it came bundled with a Vast and a stopwatch, and I had a fun time uninstalling it. And then while on call with Hydro, uninstalling Discord accidentally alongside with it, because the Discord icon on the Microsoft app thing in the settings, it doesn't have the Discord icon. So I was like, oh, Discord, oh, that's probably like a fake Discord, because I know that they have those. And then I uninstalled it, and then I left the call. And then Hydrowave was like, huh, that's fun. I don't know what he was doing for the past few minutes while I was gone and reinstalling Discord. But yeah, I just all of a sudden left.
Right. I probably was just thinking, for the few Godcast veterans that watch our show, um, we have him, Mr. Metallica.
Moving on. Um anyway, yeah, it was a late stormy night yesterday
Metallica-san?
when this motherfucker went to I don't know, Target or something and bought pop vinyl or something, and he knew that he would become uh another figurine to troll me with. It was a late and stormy night when Hetfield became a sensation among the shelving of Hydrowave's dorm.
Metallica-san? Fun times.
Sometimes, especially when uh yeah, that happens. You
Right.
know, there's an interview, and you interview some people who don't know how to pronounce foreign names, and
Right.
then you just got called Metallica-san, even though. Anyways, that's like saying I made the connection to Pink Floyd and how everybody's like, oh yeah, Pink Floyd. Isn't that the guy who made Dark Side of the um and but is there any other like disconnects between band names and people? I'm trying to think of it. Like I know
Um,
there's stage names, but like a band of people. I can't remember, but
um,
anyway.
M Shadow of Event Unfold. That's that stage name, but still, that's kind of.
Oh yeah, Mr. Sevenfold? You remember Sevenfold, that guy?
I didn't know who you're talking about. Yeah, oh yeah. They did Hail to the King and Nightmare and shit. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were they were those guys that were like a one-hit wonder, and like not really, but anyways, um,
You have Herman Lee of Dragon Force.
oh yeah, Mr. Dragon Force. Sorry, I'm just kidding. That's more what I'm talking about. Like, oh, Mr. Lincoln Park, and it's just Lincoln like Lincoln like the president.
Or Iron Maiden, how you have that one singer who's been so iconic to the band for a very long time.
Yeah, Mr. Maiden.
Hmm.
Mr. Maiden.
Or Judas Priest, most, or with Rob Halford.
Oh yeah, Mr. Priest. Yeah, I'd love to do a collage with Mr. Priest, Mr. Judas.
These guys did it.
Isn't that Mrs. Metal? Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the Baby Metals.
Yeah,
So
they're
Alpaca,
they're sisters
they
and
look like them, but
twins.
they're technically not.
I know, but I'm just saying, how else would they get the same name?
Yeah. So
Other than marriage.
Mr. Alpaca over here. Anything else new with you for the week?
Um, what's been going on with me? So, well, it's been a really boring, boring week, I guess. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I've, I don't know. I guess I did my taxes, or not myself, but I guess I just, I turned in my tax information. Yay.
Woo! Hopefully get a refund.
Yeah, hopefully. Um, actually, no, actually, never mind. But other than uh, a refund for something that's owed, I don't know. Um, oh yeah. I tried out oh for fuck's sake, yeah, it's been boring, but I also tried Resident Evil 4. There was a HD project, like a fan, uh, like not really remaster, but they upscaled the textures and redid them to look much nicer, and it took them like, I think they started in 2020 or 2019, but I tried it out, and it's literally just a texture upscale. It's not like they reshaded anything or did anything like drastic. You can still tell that the models are a bit polygonal, but you see the details in the background. The guns that you use, they're higher uh, fidelity, I guess. So that's pretty much all they did. But some parts of the game that unfortunately looked a bit cruddier were redone. So there's one part where there's a lava and you have to fight two giants, and the floor was very blurry before, and now like you can tell that it's because when it looked blurry, it just looked like Leon was floating whenever he stood on certain parts of the floor. There were like little holes that were actually chain fence, but you couldn't see because of the lower quality on the GameCube. Um, so and even on PC this uh before you apply this texture thing, it still looks like he's floating. Um, and just you look on the shelf, you can read the books. You can read the spines of the books that are showing, and you can read like little details on the papers and stuff. Like really, it wouldn't. I don't know, they wouldn't be they aren't important, I guess. Like the little finer details aren't important, but looking at something from uh like up close and you can actually read the letter without inspecting it in the game, like it's so interesting to me. Like you know how in like Red Dead 2 where you could read writing from your character looking at the note without even reading it with like a, you know, by the actual text in the game. You could see the image like and you could look at it and read it from there. You didn't have to have text pop up and, you know, spell it out for you.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty impressive. Like it actually like enhances all the text and makes it legible from far. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, certainly. And um there was a so what Capcom did was unfortunately they're on the PlayStation 2 they added a brand new mode called Separate Ways, and it's a mini campaign with Ada. Um, you see how she influenced Leon's journey um, throughout Resident Evil 4. And so on the PlayStation 2, um, you know, they like there's the discs were normal size, while on the GameCube it was smaller, so they couldn't fit this campaign on there. So they put it on the PlayStation 2, but when they ported it over to the newer consoles and eventually to the other newer consoles and also on the PC and stuff
And we
and the Wii, um, they included Assignment Ada, but they didn't upscale the actual like cinematics, so it looked terrible. Like it looked really really terrible. Um, for you know like you know how older games look a bit blurry on uh you know like flat screens but they looked better on CRT.
oh I absolutely know what you're talking about. Considering I own several retro consoles that are plugged into my TV.
Yeah. Well, it just looked very blurry, very hard to stare at, you know, at least on, you know, brand new modern TV. So what these developers did was they upscaled it and uh, they didn't reuse this because some of the scenes in the campaign are slightly reused from uh, the uh, the regular story, you know. So they didn't reuse them, but they upscaled all of them from start to finish. So uh, it was it was definitely a bit of a treat compared to just playing the game and being like, wow. They reused the cinematic for the mode, but they didn't use the one that they already upscaled. So why did they do that or something, you know? Um, but it was fun. I tried to do a let's play of it, but I hate my voice and my inability to commentate, so I'm scrapping it for a shorter video that just shows off the textures and stuff, and it's like a talk sort of thing. Cause
Right. I have a feeling too that like what we could potentially do is that obviously as you've been doing Godcast now for a while now, you've been slowly improving upon this fault.
certainly,
So maybe one day once you feel like you've gotten to a point where you feel comfortable enough with being able to commentate that you could probably do a full on proper let's play of it.
yeah.
But for now, I guess a short video like the YouTube short or something that you've been an absolute expert on could suffice.
Maybe I mean personally it feels like I'm not talking to somebody like I guess and that's probably why I forgo really talking sometimes like I lose stamina and I don't bring up like little talk points like sometimes I'll talk about things that relate to it like you know like I remember this part was really scary and blah 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 but I'll um what is it? What is the word? Uh, explain it a bit more, or like gosh, what's the word to talk more about a subject?
Discuss.
Um, yeah, discuss it, I guess. But yeah, explore the subject of that, you know, talk point a lot deeper. But I've been trying to do that. It's just I feel like I'm not a great host, like when it comes to like talking about uh topics in depth, you know.
Right. Granted, we obviously know that you've been a very valuable host on this show, and we always care about your ambitions and whatnot. So, and I'm sure many people would be understanding of your talking methodology and pronunciation of many things. So, I'm sure when the time comes, we'll definitely make sure to give you a shout out.
Yeah, certainly. It's just eh, I don't know. I also want to get back into YouTube, but I get to that point where I'm like, maybe I should think up a topic, and then I give up on it really early because it feels like so much work, and I don't know. It doesn't help that, there's a big, you know, th- there's things that get in the way in real life. Um, and then some people don't understand that, life is a lot more than just one specific thing, like something that is a hobby to you that these, some people take to the extreme, I guess. Like, think of it like, um, I don't know. It, I don't know if it's hard to say because it's like think of somebody who has a head start in life and all that, and they're already privileged and gifted, all that stuff, and you're kind of just stuck with uh you know like you're trying to come up with the next best thing, like or the next big thing, like uh think of it like my mic is a bit weird. There we go, that's much better. But think of it like I don't know, like let's say you're trying to um succeed, but you already see all these people who are like they are deeply rooted already, and to uproot all that stuff and start as your own seed, I guess. Oh god, it is. I don't know. It sucks. I wish I was more like born in the 90s, became a YouTuber sort of guy than that sort of stuff, because like eh it's I don't know. It feels saturated. It feels
Mm,
like every part of YouTube is saturated, and I feel like I don't really add anything. So it's best off not to start at all. But I
right.
mean, this podcast stuff, we're we've added our anime baby metal sort of stuff. So we kind of created our own little roots, I guess. But for me personally, I don't feel like I have an identity yet. That's pretty much it. Other than Floof Alpaca or Fluff Alpaca or this character that you're seeing right now, who has yet to become its own thing, rather than
Right.
tied to Godcast as a facial expression thing because I
Mm,
don't like my own face.
right. Yeah, that, and then numerous other things like, you know, not only have this, but we currently witnessed a weird expansion because when I put the podcast, the audio side, on this other platform that I've yet to announce yet, like the most recent episode that as of this recording is up, is now at like 75 downloads.
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I was telling Alpaca over
Something.
here, like, how the fuck did we get that much? Like, Jesus Christ.
Um, well, I mean, Hey, the only way I see it is that, it just all of a sudden got picked up by the algorithm or whatever you did, I guess.
Yeah. Eh,
Because it's like it went from over the total days, it only gained like one view every something odd weekdays and whatnot, and then unknowingly, like at 40 days in, all of a sudden one of the episodes got downloaded like about 50 times plus
yeah.
eh, overnight, and it's like this feels like I just uploaded a short on YouTube and it just got 2,000, you know 2 million views for no reason because whatever, who knows.
Yeah. And go
Which
back to what Alpaca mentioned earlier. It's like it's kind of funny to think about because when I first attempted YouTube back in the olden days, I remember that my Windows 8 review, which many of you can find in the description of some of these older especially if on the YouTube side, you can find it in my channel. Back when it used to be labeled and pushed out by 100, that video got like 2,000 something views. And compared to this podcast, which gets like less than 100 usually.
yeah. um
And it
yeah,
kind of,
interesting.
yeah, I was gonna say, it kind of just showed like how much YouTube in general has changed.
Yeah, YouTube is strange. Like the algorithm changes almost weekly, I swear.
Mm,
I mean, I know, of course, as you see, I don't think it's the algorithm that changes, it's that it adapts to what other people are doing. If all of a sudden, I don't know, fucking Baby Shark uploads and YouTube just decides to send it flying like I'm about to. Fuck. This way. Oh man, I lost it now. Damn it. Anyway, let's just say that happens, and you know, it happens, and all of a sudden, it's the number one most viewed thing on YouTube. Apparently, most liked or whatever. Forgot what Baby Shark broke the world record on, but anyway,
yeah.
let's not sing it. Let's not. I mean,
We're not gonna sing it, but we know what other shark became a meme.
uh,
It does relate with Super Bowl. Left shark.
oh, I've yet to read about anything on the Super Bowl.
So it was an old thing like a couple of years ago or whatever. One of the sharks that performed like alongside Katy Perry during the Super Bowl. Went,
I think I oddly remember that, not fondly, but I remember it. What happened exactly?
yeah, this one of the shark Perry went complete full on dumbass mode.
That's a weird way to explain it, but okay. Um, is it
Or
anything
stumbled
like
randomly, but yeah, Alpaca, go ahead.
what happened exactly? Uh,
Good question. I don't think anyone knows.
you don't?
But we do have quite a number of things to talk about here today, including the Nintendo Direct that happened.
Was it anything like this?
No, it was during a Super Bowl show.
Okay, because that's a mascot
Yeah,
playing the drums.
yeah. But yeah, we have a Nintendo Direct to talk about, and we have satellites being attacked by geomagnetic storms. We have another company jumping into the NFT bandwagon, and some
It,
fun shit posts for everybody.
yeah, here's hoping you know, a certain someone doesn't mention a certain something.
Mm.
Whack. because I will let me smash, and there will be frozen shards of plastic and rubber. So yeah,
Right. Before we get to the main topics of this week, though,
let me smash. Sorry.
no worries. Alpaca, you had an act that you wanted to talk about.
A what?
A certain act you want to talk about.
Oh yes.
So we're gonna get to that first before we get to the what I consider to be the most major topic of the entire week. So Alpaca, explain it to us. This new Earn It Act.
All right. Yes. So imagine you have okay. So I think my good not really friend, but it was described perfectly by Mudahar of Some Ordinary Gamers. Imagine anytime, like for 24 hours a day, there is somebody in the corner of your room watching you, and it's in any room you go to. You are recording this session. There's a fucking person in the background staring at you through the window. Um, you are taking a log out for the woodworks, and somebody's watching it. And you know, so you're doing that. Use the bathroom. There's somebody in the corner. You're taking a shower. There's somebody showering with you for some reason. And you are in the car, and there's like a third person that is in the car with you. Pretty much, imagine going on the internet, but there's a back door that anybody can walk in through, like leaving a door unlocked. Pretty much, anyone can watch what you do online, like 100%. There is absolutely like no encryption to it. So what the Internet Act is, so let me look through. That's pretty much what it is. It's excuse me. Um, it literally makes the encryption it would just be about as good as uh not having encryption at all. Um, and think think you could write something and it would be replaced by another thing or something similar to that. Instead of that, uh, instead of a certain pop vinyl, I could censor it over with a giant uh, I could just take my alpaca and just slam it over Hydro's camera. So now there's two of me, and I'd completely censor the pop vinyl that he just showed on screen a few seconds ago. Um, so pretty much there's fear of it censoring legal speech, like First Amendment speech, like not, um, not like Twitter, deleting your tweets for harassment or something. It's literally any, government, uh, anything of the government could censor it if they wanted to, you know, stuff that is protected by First Amendment stuff. Uh,
Right. And I know that if you scroll down the article here, it does mention a lot of the points he mentions. Like for this article, for instance, fear-driven censor legal speech, such as it could that is that since the free speech is constitutionally protected, it's violating the Constitution, which is the most important piece of law.
Certainly. Um,
And
he,
also, it also mentions that it will result in companies overzealously censoring lots of perfectly user speech, just in case anything that could potentially be deemed or might CSAM might be lurking in there, or even shutting down part or all of their services entirely.
and the thing is that it is under the guise of protecting children,
Yeah.
which I am highly I really would um I'm highly for, but it, it's just this is not, this won't just, you know this this might actually make it easier for children to be tracked, and harassed. I in my opinion, I'm afraid of, uh because the way it undermines your privacy. Anybody could watch what you're doing by the encryption, uh the part of the encryption being so weak or non-existent, you know at least that's how I understand this, is that it is like, I don't know, it's like going to a foreign land without a vaccine, that from like malaria,
Mm-hmm.
and then you contract malaria, Far Cry 2 style.
Right. And the thing is, too, this is Senator Blumenthal who introduced this, and the worst part about it is this is someone from my state. I live in Connecticut. He represents Connecticut.
Vote him out. Vote him out. Vote him out, Hydro. Everyone from Connecticut, vote him out.
Let us protect our
Send that
internet.
motherfucker in a cardboard box down to Congress.
Right.
Send him back to his mummy. Anyway, that. God. Anyways, yeah. Anybody in Connecticut, get that fucker out of my sight. Anyways, I'm just kidding. By the way, if I can't say that, apparently, if that's free speech. That's protesting government stuff. That's free speech. That's First Amendment. Maybe that wouldn't be a thing, because this is a senator. This is a government thing, So I wouldn't say this act would censor what I just said, but I'm just saying, that's part of free speech, is you can protest like government type things. It's not for like private companies. It's just anyways, sorry. Go on about it.
Yeah.
About Mr. Menthal's.
Sorry. And it's saying here at the end of the article here is that even if you don't care that it hits the free speech and personal privacy and cybersecurity, the fact that this bill will hurt child safety efforts by making child sex abuse material investigations harder and making it likelier that these defendants would walk free should the reason be reason enough to oppose the Earn It Act. These are the wholly predictable consequences if Earn It thinkers with Section 230, and Section 230 is the problem here anyways. So you can see this whole article here. It goes really in depth, but we just only went through like the highlight reel of what we consider, the discussion of this act. And yeah, having privacy be worse, having the child sexual abuse material be harder to arrest people for this stuff, and obviously privacy and rights of free speech, etc. This is actually kind of problematic.
And I think this I think from what I've heard is that this would truly like be a terrible this is like saying this is like um fixing a problem that, you know, exists, but you're fixing it by making it worse. Like, think of it like pouring gas on an open fire, I guess.
You know what?
Uh,
You're right. This kind of is like that. Like, imagine just pouring. Um, let's see.
I swear to fucking
Imagine
God.
pouring these things
This motherfucker.
down Alpaca's throat. Is it gonna make him any more likely to tolerate anime
Uh, uh,
and
uh,
J-pop?
uh, 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 Sorry, let me just pop up. Um, it will not fix J-pop, but what if? What if Mikata? Anyways,
Oh yeah, but then again, we can use the power of James Hetfield.
I will exit light immediately. And just like the gas fire, I will give you what you desire, motherfucker. Anyway,
Metallica-san?
where's that? Like, I swear I have like a few midis of Metallica that I'm just gonna like, um, you know, play in my spare time, and then, uh, just you can feel it. You can feel it, and I'm gonna also make a MIDI of the entire discography of Baby Metal, and just painstakingly listen through it, and uh,
You know, one of these days, Alpaca, we are going to review Baby Metal music, right? You know this. Music Mayhem. We're going to review some Baby Metal music. It's going to be the most glorious thing ever.
no, no, this is not the way, Anakin.
We're going to put an image of Ugandan Knuckles in the middle of the screen and say, "Here, Alpaca."
Fuck. No, we're not gonna do that. I know you've been in the background just like looking up VTube studio assets. I swear, if you fucking send me a free Uganda Knuckles model, I might just I might just find the time to I don't know. I will find the time to send it. I I don't know. I will just like modify it and then paste my face on it, and then you'll have to deal with me for the next episode. You'll have to deal with the Alpaca way. The Floof Alpaca.
Right.
Anyway, something like that.
Right.
Anyways,
But back to the
sorry.
discussion here. Do we have anything else to say about the Earn It Act?
No, but I'm seeing stars and I don't know why. Like I literally just saw like stars. Like I think I just sent my blood pressure through the roof doing that. Anyways, I hope this doesn't pass because I feel like it truly does it. It truly undermines the solution to this problem.
Right.
And this is not the problem, or this is not the solution. It's like saying, "Oh yes, I know. I know alchemy is fake, but I'd rather use alchemy than drink NyQuil.
Just know that J-pop metal will solve all of our problems.
Just know that at any time I can go to Windows, hover over the power button, and click shutdown.
Right. All right. Anyways, I think we can move on to. I think is probably the most important showcase of the entire week.
Sorry.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we just had a Nintendo Direct that happened earlier in the week. By that, I mean Wednesday.
Oh yeah. This whole thing.
And a lot of interesting things have happened over here. After I just refresh the page here and get the thing going, we can then talk about.
Yes, we can.
Yep. All right, cool. So let's get this going. So we had quite a number of games that were announced at this Nintendo Direct. I would say overall, if you're a fan of the Wii, you would probably like this Direct a lot. Some of the stuff they've shown was excellent quality material.
Oh, yeah. Nintendo Switch Sports.
Yeah. Finally.
Just like Wii Sports, except better. The fuck was?
So
Like
wait, yeah. So Nintendo Switch Sports has 6 games at launch. We'll have volleyball, bowling, tennis, badminton, shambara, which is essentially sword fighting, and soccer.
Awesome.
Golf will be added later.
They better add golf, and they also better add baseball, because, like, you know, I mean, I guess, you know, volleyball is kind of just like tennis, but
And badminton, the same thing too.
and badminton is the same thing too. Yeah. What happened to the variety? What happened to
Whacking baby metal figures with a baseball?
what happened to me going into the Wii Maker and making a Wii model version of that, and then going into the boxing thing and you know, having player 2 be that model, you know?
Well, but keep in mind that while there are like new avatar creators, like avatars in Nintendo Switch Sports, you are supposed to be able to import your Mii's over, so you'll still have the option to play as Mii's if you want to.
Oh, I see. Okay. Fine by
But
me,
the
I
funny
guess.
thing too is that supposedly I've seen myself, there is an option to customize the avatar to be a freaking squirrel, so furries get their representation in the game.
Okay. Wow.
So very progressive, Nintendo. We're very proud of you.
Wait, so you can be an Animal Crossing character, basically?
Kind of. There's like a whole like squirrel outfit you can unlock.
What if somebody mods it, or not mods it, but, you know, makes like a slight replica of my face on it, like my character right now? What if?
I mean, that would
That
be
would be so
interesting.
cool.
Right. The next announcement is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is getting DLC. So if you thought the Wii U version of Mario Kart had DLC, no. There's even more DLC, but you have to get the Switch version.
Yeah, you have to buy it again, and for your second cousin as well, and your extended family that lives in like Arizona.
Right. So, pretty much there's going to be 48 more courses being added to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They're going to come in 6 waves over the course of the next year, and it'll be by the end of 2023. And they're all going to be retro courses.
Can't wait to spam Coconut Mall.
Yes, finally, Alpaca can live his dream of spamming on the Mario Kart Wii tracks again.
Yang.
I mean, honestly, one of my favorite things to do is I have this step cousin of mine who's a couple towns away from me. He hates Moo Moo Meadows, but I insistently play Moo Moo Meadows.
So here's what you do. You buy him the soundtrack on Amazon and gift it to him. But it's only Moo Moo Meadows. You just say, hey, step bro, or hey, step cuz, I got you a pretty cool gift coming in the mail. Or I just emailed you a gift, a digital gift. You'll love it. It's a brand new song I just made in GarageBand. And it's just
You know, it's funny. I actually gifted him they had like a special Hot Wheel car thing, and it literally is the cow from like Moo Moo Meadows and Moo Moo Farms.
No.
I gifted it to him.
Yeah, hold on, let me see if there's like a Moo Moo Meadows MP3 player.
Then
Like-
again, I probably would be the same person that would gift you a lovely baby metal pop figure of your choice.
No. No. Here's what you do. There's a Moo Moo Meadows George Not Found hoodie. You shall. I'll send you the Amazon link.
Oh my god, all this. Oh my god.
Hell shall be unleashed.
Alright, and then he has to wear it and have to give the walk of shame. Oh, that'd be great.
Hell yeah.
But seriously
Well,
though, besides that, is there any particular courses you want to see in this Boost Your Course Pass?
You know, so they've remastered the Super Mario Kart levels, right?
A portion of them, but I wouldn't say all of them.
This might seem like a bit, I wouldn't say strange, but I would love to see the SNES like art style, but with like a modern like pixelated take, I guess, as like a bonus course or something along those lines. Like, think of it, it's literally straight from the SNES, but you know, the sprites are updated a tad bit, and the character, you know how they've made, you know, in Super Mario Maker, they make like costumes and stuff like on the Wii U version, and also is there ones on the Switch version now on Mario
there's-
2?
In Mario Maker 2, there's a couple. There's one for Link. I know that.
Well, you know how there's only a ghost house in Super Mario World, and
Mhm.
you know they made like brand new like sprites for the ghosts in for the older games, which didn't actually have them. Something like that. Like they use characters from, you know, the newer and Mario Kart 8 that don't actually have a SNES version. Like, you know, like if they have Dr. Mario or something, or Fire Mario. I don't know. Like,
So you essentially want a Mario Maker style flip switch between Mario Kart 8 Deluxe version and then Super Nintendo version.
yeah, something like that. Just like to have like a throwback mode almost. Or they could include Super Mario Galaxy stuff with Star Fox in it or something. I don't know.
You know, it's kind of funny that you mentioned that, considering the fact they've added Splatoon and Animal Crossing and Legend of Zelda references, and there's an F-Zero car option you could pick.
Hell yeah! I was just thinking, since F-Zero is completely overshadowed by Mario Kart 8, what if what if they add some, extra things in there?
Well, in the Wii
You
U
know.
version, they added 2 F-Zero tracks, which carried over into the deluxe.
All right then. Well, that and uh, what else could they add?
Well, I
I don't
mean,
know.
keep in mind this is all retro courses that they're doing.
Yeah,
So
but
think
like
about if there's any like retro courses from throughout the Mario Kart series that you'd like to see in this game, that you know would be missing.
certainly.
You could look
Like
at
I said,
yeah, if
like
you want to take the time, you could definitely like pull up a list of Mario Kart courses and see if there's anything that's not in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that you would like to see added.
well, I don't know. I,
Or if not, we can move on to the next announcement.
yeah, we can move on to the next one
All right.
because
Now, keep in mind, I'm only recapping from a list here, so this is not an alphabetical order.
sure.
Okay. The next thing that they should mention here is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I've
What?
enjoyed my time with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This is
In
kind of
Pirate
like,
Master.
yeah, this is Nintendo's like pretty much their premier JRPG series that they've been pushing recently, besides Fire Emblem. Like I would say, like if you need an RPG series that's probably going to be as close as you can to what would probably be similar to Golden Sun, it's probably going to be Xenoblade. I would highly recommend playing Xenoblade Chronicles if you can. You could easily emulate this on Dolphin if you have to with the first game.
Yeah.
Even then, that's I would still recommend just finding a way to play it, or just buy a Switch and get Definitive Edition for the first game, and then get to Xenoblade 2 and then 3. There's also Xenoblade X, but that's on the Wii U. And well, let's just say that it hasn't been ported to the Switch yet.
Is it digital or can I get a physical copy of Xenoblade X?
You can get both. You can go on the eShop and buy it.
Okay, because I know the Wii U kind of like is dead, but I don't know if I can get a physical copy because I do have a Wii U, but it's gonna be a pain in the ass to set up if I ever have that,
Yeah, Xenoblade X is a bit different than like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2. It's kind of like you create a character and you explore a larger world, and it's like Gundams and shit. Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 is a little bit more, is much more story driven, so I'd recommend getting a Switch for at least that.
Yeah.
There's also Mario Strikers Battle League. This is the first Mario Strikers game since the Wii.
Okay.
And it's pretty much Mario Soccer with some edge into it. Any thoughts on this?
Why did they add Wii Sports Soccer or Nintendo Switch Soccer if they're also making another soccer game with Mario?
Honestly, it's usually the fact that one's more casual, the other one's a little bit more hardcore. MLB The Show 2022. I don't have anything to say about this considering I'm not much of a baseball player, but it's funny this is a Sony developed game that's coming to the Switch.
Wide smiles from me. Wide grin. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we need to talk much about MLB The Show 2022. But I know one game that Alpaca would love to talk about is Chrono Cross the Radical Dreamers Edition.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like that it's. I mean, it's gonna be kind of like the Chrono Trigger. Not remake, but you know how on the Steam version they have a you know better graphics option or original graphics option if you want. It's gonna be kind of like that.
Yeah, and they also mentioned that they're going to add some quality of life improvements. Like you can turn off enemy encounters, and there's also going to be a refined soundtrack.
Yeah, and isn't there like something that was exclusive to Japan that they forgoed in the original version
Yeah, the
that they're
Radical
including
Dreamer. This
now?
was only available on the Satellaview, which was like back in the day. You had the Sega channel and Satellaview, which both like you received games through the satellite.
What? What? What the fuck? What? That's a thing that they tried to do?
You could look it up if you're curious, but yeah.
What the fuck? How did they even do that? I understand broadcasting a show, but wait, you can interact with it? What the fuck? This is like game streaming for game stream. What the fuck did you? What the fuck did you just tell me? My mind is blown.
You can literally look this up if you're curious about how this stuff worked. But yeah, it's kind of like
Holy shit!
they attempted some form of online game distribution back in the 90s.
What the fuck? That's so weird.
So technically, this is something you cannot even. If you went back to the Super Nintendo, you can't even play this anymore. But now this is coming back to the
They have
US
a few.
to be
They
playable.
have, they have a few like emulation parts of it, but whoa, that's so fucking weird. Wait, what is this? Redeem and Chet? What? I don't know.
Right. But anyways, so you get to Teleview content and the main original game coming to Switch, and also coming to PS4 and 5. I believe this will be available on Steam, so you can pick this up on Steam, Alpaca.
Oh yes, and then I'd be able to. I'd be able to play both games in 4K.
Yeah. So definitely, I would say Alpaca will probably pick that one up.
Oh yeah.
And there's also the Portal Companion Collections. This is Portal 1 and 2 coming to the Switch.
Oh. You know, what's funny about that? Yeah, I saw that, and I know you mentioned it to me, but um, I thought it was kind of funny because you know, Valve, Steam Deck, Switch competitor, vice versa. They're not really competitors, but you know what I mean. They're the same concept, except it's Nintendo's console versus you know, Valve's portable computer, pretty much.
Yeah. They're similar form factors, they're taking completely different directions, and they're not really competing, so.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny that Valve would release that on the Switch because a portable game.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still the same games, but
I have not seen any announcements about if this was coming to Xbox or PlayStation, but the fact that it's coming to Switch is funny.
yeah, I guess. I mean, it's Portal, I guess.
Yeah.
I have Portal 2. I don't have Portal 1 though.
Right. And then after Portal Companion Collection, we have Splatoon 3 announcement. So essentially, they're doing. So have you heard of this thing called Salmon Run from Splatoon 2? I know you haven't played it, but have you at least known what it is?
I do not know what Salmon Run is. It sounds like a uh it sounds like you're spawning up a waterfall or something.
Kinda. What it actually is, it's kind of like it's a Nintendo take on like a Left 4 Dead style sort of thing.
Well, that's weird.
So essentially, you have the thing called salmons, and the idea is that you have a control point. So it's kind of like a tower defense sort of thing mixed with Left 4 Dead elements. And the fact that you have like different like salmon or what you would probably consider zombies spawning in, and you're trying to defend this one choke point.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And they're adding like boss salmons to the game, so that's got to be pretty interesting.
Nice.
Now, the main disappointment with Splatoon 2, how they handle Salmon Run, was the fact that you could only play at certain times.
What? Really?
Yeah, so it wasn't like a full-on thing. It was literally a, hey, you could only play this mode at these certain times.
Odd. I don't know why.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds dumb. No offense.
But one thing that Alpaca would definitely meme about is Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yes. Thank you, Nintendo, for this. So, Nintendo also released Valentine cards. So yeah, I found this one to be nice.
Right.
Anyway,
So pretty much, as some of you may know, Kirby and the Forgotten Land is the Kirby's first 3D platformer in the main series. And then they introduced Malfoam mode, and that's where Alpaca was alluding to.
yes.
Pretty much you just take a car, for instance, and Kirby inhales it and almost swallows it, but not quite, and he takes over the object.
Yeah, basically he possesses the object, and he can now become a living car, and is half swallowing a rusty sedan, and vroom vrooming across the land. Hey, that rhymed. Anyway, uh, which yeah, that's cool, I guess. He can also become a vending machine, uh, like a drill, and forgot what the other one was. Oh yeah, he can swallow a lake of water, and then hydroplane everybody. Um, and with high enough pressure, he could sever reality, I guess. I'm not like he doesn't already, but you know.
Additionally, he could evolve copy abilities, kind of like Ratchet and Clank style with weapons at the Walsey's weapon shop.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Anything else you want to add to this discussion about Kirby?
No, I always thought Waldies were like bad guys, but there's probably something I missed because I don't really follow the Kirby franchise as much, but you know.
Then again, you don't really follow much of Nintendo, anyways, aside from the show, where we try to keep up with everything.
Because I don't have a Switch.
You should definitely get one. It's a pretty impressive console.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm just kidding. Anyways.
And then there's a Speedstorm, which is a Disney and Pixar combat racer, kind of like Mario Kart, but it's made by the makers of Asphalt. So I don't have much else to say because I don't really watch much Disney stuff.
Nope, just another, I guess, combat racer then.
Even though I have a Disney Plus subscription, I've been meaning to cancel and keep forgetting to cancel it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Whatever. No Man's Sky is also coming to the Switch as well.
Interesting, I guess.
So finally, you can go to all these different planets on the go. And I think the big update for a lot of people as well is Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings have made it to the Switch.
Woo! SNES games! Earthbound! Anyway.
But the main thing, too, is that Earthbound Beginnings has practically been trapped on only 2 platforms. The NES Mini and the Wii U.
Yeah, I know, this is good. I know about that, 'cause, like, I know that was a big, like, problem, is that you could only ever, get, the original Mother game, I guess, through Earthbound Beginnings, but it's only on, Wii U, like you said, in the NES Mini. Hey, it's on Switch Online. Nice.
Yes, so finally, you can pay like $20 a year to gain access to this stuff. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then lose it after those 20 years are done. Or $20 are, a year is done. Sorry.
Yeah.
Metroid.
Yeah, I was gonna say Metroid Dread also got an update, and pretty much they're adding a super ridiculous mode and a super easy mode.
Oh, nice.
So pretty much for the super ridiculous difficult mode, it's one shot and you're dead. For the super easy mode, they're adding increased recovery for certain things.
Nice.
And then later on, they're going to add a boss rush mode.
Oh. One thing I have to say with Earthbound, by the way, now we can play Undertale and Earthbound, and we can see how Sans was once an S back then. Just kidding.
Woo! Truly
Now we
a
can finally
rejoiceful time for gamers. Hell yeah.
truly good for the player.
And then we also have Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. These are remakes of both Advance Wars 1 and 2 in one collection.
What's it called? Reboot Camp then? Well, anyways.
I think they're thinking like it's like a reimagining, like it's the two games reimagined essentially or restarted.
All right, done.
But this is good for Advance Wars players, which was actually a pretty niche series on the Game Boy Advance, kind of like Golden Sun.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Alpaca's dream would be if a Golden Sun remake happened for the Switch.
I wouldn't. I don't know, actually. Maybe. I think it would be okay.
Right.
I'd like it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna download Unreal Engine and recreate it myself, and then buy the rights to Camelot. Anyway.
Cause Camelot's also busy working on more Mario sports games.
Motherfucker.
Besides Strikers, that's being handled by Next Level Games.
All right. Well.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Camelot's been relegated to is Mario sports games.
So this is where I just become super sad because now I just realized the team that made really good RPG has also been relegated to really not generic sport game
Right.
with Mario Paint. Sorry.
Right. But anyways, I am eager to pick this one up. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. I think it's going to be a fun time. Because it is a strategy game. So I think I definitely check this one out for sure. It's being handled by Wave 4, who's done like Shantae and numerous other games. This is also Nintendo letting an indie developer do stuff.
I didn't get much of that on the Wii U.
But there also is Star Wars The Force Unleashed coming to the Switch as well.
Oh, nice.
Supposedly, this is going to be the Wii version that's coming over, not the 360 version. But yes, it's enhanced from the original Wii version, so they're taking the Wii version.
Nice. I mean, not really, because it's on canon now.
Right.
Still don't like that, Disney. Why? Anyways.
And they have Assassin's Creed the Ezio Collection. This is taking the games of Ezio Auditore, and yeah, and they're putting them in one collection and putting it out on the Switch. Coming out February 17th.
Okay. Don't care.
And then we get more info on the Cuphead DLC.
Okay.
Which adds new content, like a new thing called Inkwell Isle, and a new playable character with Miss Chalice. I see have nothing to say because it's kind of like a boss rush / Contra kind of game, but with 1930 visuals. So
Yeah, I mean, I never really got into Cuphead. I know that the only memorable thing I have for Cuphead besides the art design for me is that one journalist who didn't know how to double jump.
that's a funny memory.
Oh, and also cringy child stuff. I guess like the whole oh, Cuphead, let's bootleg it to shit. I guess.
Right.
They were trying to like make bootleg things out of it, I think. If I remember correctly. Maybe I'm thinking of Bendy and the Ink Machine or something.
Right. Well, we also have a game that myself and Alpaca have been talking about because of constant jokes. It is Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival.
So I saw this and I found out all about it, and it's that drum guy with the weird like cat smile, and I have so many things to say about it. Um, the intro cutscene is the that drum dude with the smile being cow tipped and and by a bunch of children, and then there's this like cloud guy whose mouth looks like an eyeball. Um, and then I saw the actual gameplay, like all of the awesome visuals, and I'm like, what the fuck are these dogs doing? So yeah.
I mean, this is the perfect game for Alpaca. There is Megalovania. There, it's anime.
Oh yes,
It's
just
duckies.
But don't you even fucking mention the ducks.
Oh yeah, baby. It's all coming together.
So this is anime. This is also Megalovania is one of the tracks that they highlighted in this reveal. Amazing, amazing. So there's that, and the psychedelic visuals. Oh, and now featuring Baby Metal. No, I'm just kidding.
If there was Baby Metal tracks,
Alpaca would be all over it.
No, I wouldn't. I would probably only enjoy it on LSD. So, anyways,
this will be one of those games that if when Alpaca gets a Switch, I will probably gift it to him so he can play Megalovania and enjoy duckies.
and then I fall asleep and never wake up from so much acid. So
Let's see.
thanks, Hydro.
Oh. Anyways, we also have Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. This is a Fire Emblem Three Houses themed Warriors game.
I'm sorry, what? Lawyers game?
Warriors, like Dynasty Warriors.
Oh. Oh, I see. Dynasty War. Okay. Like that, yeah, okay. I thought you said lawyer game like Phoenix Wright. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know how Fire Emblem and Phoenix Wright would ever be able to connect, but okay.
I don't know at all, but whatever.
I mean, this is a game I probably would check out as well, considering the fact that I have been enjoying Three Houses from what I played of it.
I do like the concept. Dynasty Warriors with Fire Emblem, like Hyrule Warriors, but you know.
And Fire Emblem, which is the other RPG that Nintendo's been focusing on these days.
Yeah, I hope though that it's, not a clone, I guess, or something. Just cuz like out of you can have a shooter game, but it has to be a bit different, of course, You can't just copy Battlefield.
Yeah. What Koei Tecmo has been doing with a lot of their more recent licensed Warriors games is they actually pay closer attention to the source material.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And also they've been doing a good job of like telling like isolated stories. Like actually one of the ones I've heard really well was that Persona 5 Strikers actually played a lot different than a lot of traditional Warriors games.
Oh.
So, like, for instance, what they've been doing is that, yeah, there's a similar combat flow, but the core structure, the mission structure is actually quite a bit different compared to most Warrior games. And this also applies the same thing to, like, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And I believe there's also a Dragon Quest Warriors that it followed suit with, too. So this is probably going to be in the same veins. Like, hey, this is going to feel more like a Fire Emblem game, but with, like, the traditional combat flow of a Warriors game.
I see.
Because there was a Fire Emblem Wars prior to this, But the difference was that was just felt more traditional Wars game. Like, hey, here's all the Fire Emblem characters, not all of them, but priority focus on the more recent Fire Emblem games and just put them into a game.
Yeah.
This one is more like we're taking the roster of one specific game and we're gonna flesh it out a bit more and make it close to the actual game and do interesting shit with it.
I see.
Also, go back to the Taiko no Tatsujin rhythm game real quick. There, you could also play
No,
the
we
Legends. There, you could also play the Legend of Zelda theme song in the game.
And this is where I go back to Termina and get blown up by a giant moon because fuck that. I'm just kidding.
But anyways, I think we're done with that game for right now. Let's just move on to Live Alive or Live Alive or whatever it is. So this is actually an RPG that was exclusive to Japan for a very long time. And it's being brought to the West using what Square Enix calls the HD 2D style. And what that is, if you take a look at games like Octopath Traveler, how it has like this really crisp like 2D style with like some 3D environments. That's essentially what it is. In fact, you could probably Google HD 2D and you'll find some interesting screenshots of it. And they had like Dragon Quest 3 is being redone in it. Quite a number of games. So take a look at, whenever you get a chance, take a look at HD 2D. I would highly recommend it because my god, that art style is actually really beautiful.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Is it like a Dragon Quest kind of like 3, the remake?
Yeah, the Dragon Quest 3 remake, yeah.
I see, okay.
But if you take a look at that, you'll see that they're going to use a similar art style to that. So you can see how there's some 3D environment style, but the pixel art is like really damn clear.
Yeah.
That's what they're going with for this remake, which was originally a Super Nintendo game that's being remastered or remade it to be in that style.
I see. Is it anything like so is this kind of like relegated to like isometric sort of stuff like Age of Empires and stuff? Or
think like this would be more used for like games like Final Fantasy VI or older Final Fantasy games or older Dragon Quests or anything that is inspired by that.
Oh, okay.
And what they do, they kind of just shake up the camera angle a little bit. Not much, just a little bit.
Is this a bit like the Pokemon, the 4th gen and the 5th gen, kind of, right?
I would say more like 5th gen, but better
Yeah,
visuals.
okay. Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying now. It's like a 3D environment that's blatantly 3D, but it's more in the sense of like the character sprites and certain other things are more relegated to a 2D sort of
yeah,
shape.
it's more like that.
Almost like popsicle stick puppets. I don't know.
Did anyone say popsicle sticks?
No, we're not talking about popsicle sticks and baby metal. And you know, pop.
But yeah, but yeah, what do you think of this game coming over? It has a kind of Chrono Trigger like vibe in the fact that there's different stories going in different time periods.
Yeah, I'm gonna search Live Alive, or Live Alive.
Whatever the hell it is. The direct calls it Live Alive, but everyone pronounces it differently.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's a thing.
So pretty much, there's 7 different stories that each have a different protagonist.
Yeah.
There's a Wild West with a wanderer with a bounty on his head fights for life. There's a Twilight of Edo, Japan with a shinobi undertaking a secret mission. And there's like several different other ones. Like there's a near future one with like a guy with psychokinetic powers or something like that too.
See. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm it's another, JRPG, so I guess if you're into that stuff.
Hmm. There's also,
Uh
oh, continue what you're saying.
uh Also, apparently, um like there's an inspiration of like Undertale or something like that. Um oh yeah, Chrono Trigger is an example of 2D HD, and Undertale as well, apparently. Uh,
Not exactly, because HD2D, what they refer to that, while it's similar in while I mentioned it's similar in concept, when they mean HD2D, there's a very specific thing that it's marketed towards. It's a specific engine type too, as well.
oh, I see.
So while
Okay.
there's specific so while there are specific instances of games that would be similar to HD2, like you said, not so much Undertale, but like we talk about Pokemon 5th Gen, Chrono Trigger's elements of it and stuff like that. It's not the exact same sort of thing what they're going with HD2D. It's very similar to that sort of stuff, but the graphical style is significantly enhanced.
Okay.
So I would definitely take a look at screenshots of games such as Octopath Traveler, Dragon Quest III Remake, or even Triangle Strategy, which is also using the HD2D style.
Okay.
And there's a demo that's available at the eShop from chapters 1 to 3 that will allow you to carry your save data over to the full game when it launches on March 4th.
Yeah.
Another game that's getting a remake too is Front Mission 1 and Front Mission 2. Those games are getting remade, and there's tactical RPGs in which you pilot weaponized machines called Lancers and lead your battalion to victory, I guess.
Okay.
So that'll be pretty interesting. Another game that's mentioned too is Klonoa. That made a comeback with this Reverie series, in which they're remaking the first 2 Klonoa games. If you know what they are, they're platformers.
I do know about Klonoa, but I've always wanted to talk about it. Why does it look so much like the Sonic facial, the sort of like facial sort of like style
I don't
of
know.
Sonic?
The thing I know most about Klonoa is the fact that his hat has the Pac-Man icon on it.
Oh. Oh, okay, yeah, I see that. Wow.
And I know it's owned by Bandai Namco, so I know that. And we're going to talk more about those guys later.
Yeah, we certainly are. Thanks for reminding me. Fuck. Hey.
But yeah, this is something that's worth noting. It would be nice to revive this, get the series back on a track where we could actually fully revitalize it. So if you are a fan of Klonoa, I would highly recommend picking this game up.
Yeah.
And then there's also a Getsu Fumaden Undying Moon. And looks like from what I'm judging from the description here, it's another it's a roguelike action game. Nothing to see there. There's also SD Gundam Battle Alliance. This is a kind of like it's another Gundam game.
Oh, I see.
And then the last thing that's mentioned on this list is Kingdom Hearts Integrum Masterpiece for Cloud, which it's a cloud version of all the Kingdom Hearts games. Because they don't want to do a native port for Switch. So...
Yay. Not native ports.
But yeah, I thought this direct was pretty good overall.
Oh yeah. Yeah, certainly.
Especially for those who like Megalovania, Ducks, and anime.
I'm gonna smash. Oh fuck. Make a note. There was a little bit of my display capture by accident.
That's
Ugh.
fine.
But I will smash. Anyways.
Yeah. But another Nintendo-related thing that happened around the same time is the fact that one of the producers of Mother 3 wishes for an English release of that game.
Yeah. Speaking of Earthbound, by the way.
Yeah. So as
Yeah.
you can see here, Mother 3 producer wants to see English release.
But we have Undertale. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't sue me.
Let's see, I'm trying.
Sorry, Matt Pat.
So as
I
you can see
appreciate
here,
you.
that while fans have waited for 15 freaking years for a re-release of a localization of the game, this has also been shared by Shinichi Kamioka, who's a producer of Mother 3. And in an interview with Nintendo Everything, Kamioka was asked about his time working on the series, as well as any hopes he has about Mother 3. He explained that, much like other fans, he'd also love to see Mother 3 get released in both the US and European regions. As a lover of games, I will continue to wait for Mother 3's worldwide release. And then it also continues to explain, like, other questions regarding Mother 3, such as including any fond memories while working on the game. And one of these members sees the producer sharing how the series creator Shigesato Itoi helped rewrite all the placeholder text that was put there by the staff. He said that Itoi had changed the atmosphere of the game with his writing, and it was eye-opening to the developers.
Oh. Hmm.
But yeah, what are your thoughts about this whole thing? Because I honestly would love to see Mother 3 brought over to the United States, just so we can finally get these people to shut up about Mother 3.
Yeah, so, personally, I wouldn't mind it, of course. It's a, look into, something that, some people couldn't, enjoy. Like, it's, sorry, it's a sequel to a game that nobody got to, experience, outside of Japan. Except for that fan translation. But who knows if that fan translation, if there's anything inaccurate, I guess.
Oh, of course. I mean, it would be really nice if, like, either Nintendo contacted the fan translator people and they're like, "Yo, what? Just use this and publish it on the eShop and make it official." Or B, find a capable translating team to be able to do this job. And obviously, like you have mentioned, Alpaca, it would be really nice to have this game that people have wanted for so long over finally brought over to an audience that would like to see it, and not have it locked off to those who want to get through, I'd say, illegitimate means.
Yeah, I guess so. More like unofficial means, I
Yeah.
guess, because personally, I don't think piracy is immoral, but unfortunately, boomers. Anyways, uh, so, yeah, that, and, or what they could do, and this is really, like, mean, but they could just, like, uh, I don't know, sue the translation team and be like, oh, fuck you guys. By the way, can we have one of these ROMs? We're gonna recode it.
Oh my god, that would be truly evil if they did that, but
Like, sue them and then steal their work. Like, I mean, I think they have legal grounds to do that, but, oh, that's scummy.
anyway, we've seen Nintendo already sue plenty of ROM sites anyway, so that'd be another.
They truly don't care about their fans. I don't believe it.
That's what I'm saying. Nintendo makes some of the best games in the entire industry, yet it treats its fans not the best. Like another way you can see this too, especially if you look at the Smash community. A lot of time, like one time, they were trying to host a tournament to try to get Melee played, and they were trying to use Slippy, which is what pretty much adds rollback netcode to freaking Melee, which produced better internet results than Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, and we can't have that because it's better, and also because, you know, this is our stuff. You can't enjoy a game that we don't even sell anymore, being modded.
Right. Exactly. So, but I would love to honestly see Mother 3 come the United States and Europe, especially if they can figure out how to get throughout some of the controversial stuff that's in the game.
Oh, like what? If you know, I didn't know there was controversial stuff in Mother 3.
I remember there was controversial stuff. I don't exactly remember what it is. In fact, I guess while I'm here, I might as well look it up.
Yeah, I'm looking up too. Uh, oh, I see. Yeah, I'm looking at a game section.net or gaming section.net. Uh, so people apparently theorize that it's too controversial for proper translation. Violent and disturbing things happen to children in the game. At one point, Lucas has hallucinogenic experience with mushrooms. That adds on to my Taiku no uh, whatever the fuck festival thing. That adds a lot of context. Anyways, uh, they canceled it due to fears that the central theme of bereavement, animal cruelty, drug use. Ah, okay, I see. All right then.
Because
I
apparently
mean,
Nintendo does not want to make the most meaningful game in the entire planet. They want to keep their squeaky clean image like Disney does.
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But still, if they can figure out how to work around that or something, I'd love to see it.
I mean, make it a dark and edgy remake. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Or maybe ask Square Enix to use the HD 2D style while you're at it.
Yeah. And then we can see uh
How Lucas's mom died.
yeah.
Okay, that's spoiler territory, but still.
Uh okay.
Anyways, we could just move on to the Microsoft App Store and the Activision Blizzard exclusivity situation.
Woo! Oh yes, I wanted to talk a lot about this.
So once we get this loaded up here, we'll get right on to it because, boy, we have some couple things to say about this.
Oh yeah.
So we have a couple things here. Obviously, Brad Smith, president and vice chair of Microsoft, made some interesting statements here. So they mentioned some things about the regulations of trying to get Activision Blizzard, and they're trying to make a couple moves to try to make themselves seem more enticing, so they can complete the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. So that way they can dump Bobby Kotick and bring back pure and joy to Activision Blizzard games. At least that's the dream of Alpaca. He wants Bobby Kotick gone.
Mental image of suplexing Bobby Kotick. Anyways.
Sees like almost every single episode end card as like the last, I don't know, like 8 episodes.
Yes. Images of suplexing Bobby Kotick in the Resident Evil 4 HD project mod. Like a cultist. I don't know.
Exactly. But yeah, so they're trying to make some moves for their app store. And let's take a look at what all this stuff means. So look down here. is that they're trying to make the Apple App Store more often open. Because, as you're seeing here, but too much friction exists today between creators and gamers. App Store policies and practices on mobile devices restrict what and how creators can offer games and what and how gamers can play them. Our large investment to acquire Activision Blizzard further straightens our resolve to remove this friction on behalf of creators and gamers alike. We want to enable world-class content and release every gamer more easily across every platform. We want to encourage more innovation, investment in content creation, and fewer constraints on distribution. Specifically, the world needs open app markets, and this required open app stores. The principles we're announcing today reflect our commitment to this goal. Specifically, our open app store principles make commitments in 4 important areas. And you can see here quality, safety, security, and privacy, accountability, fairness and transparency, and developer choice. So look at the quality, safety, security, and privacy section. You'll see 3 points there. We will enable all developers to access our App Store as long as they meet reasonable and transparent standards for quality and safety. We will continue to protect the consumers and gamers who use our App Store, ensuring that developers meet our standards for security. We will continue to respect the privacy of consumers in our App Stores, giving them controls to manage their data and how it's used. So translation, they want to make sure that they are transparent as possible. They want the users to be able to control how much data Microsoft receives.
Done.
And there's accountability. We will hold our own apps to the same standards we hold competing apps. We will not use any non-public information or data from our App Store to compete with developer apps. So pretty much translation is they don't want to do anything with that would undermine other apps from other developers that are not just Microsoft's, and that they will treat Photoshop the same as Paint.
Okay. And they wouldn't hide it or make it, obviously, like, let's say I had Paint and then I had Photoshop. Photoshop wouldn't be hidden down below the other suggestions in the App Store.
Correct.
All right. So stuff like that, I guess, then.
And did you have anything to say about the quality, safety, security, and privacy notes that I mentioned earlier?
Yeah, I wanted to go through all of these first, but
yeah, I'm gonna. If you want me to continue on with the later half, I will definitely do that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. When it comes to this, the first quarter of this, I mean, it's really, it's really just corporate speak in a sense, but I do trust that they would make sure there's nothing I don't know, questionable. Like I know the the PlayStation Store, like there's like Grand Theft Auto like in Saudi Arabia, and there's like a bunch of indie like Xbox Live Arcade type of uh poor games, I guess. uh so yeah, there's that. So I'd hope that you know uh, it, I think like on Steam, how they kind of have like a bunch of questionable games on Steam. I'd hope that that wouldn't become the Microsoft Store.
Right. You can see this points of like e- holding other apps equal to Microsoft by looking at the next 2 bullet points here, which is we will treat apps equally in our App Store without unreasonable preferencing or ranking of our apps or our business partners' apps over others, and we will be transparent about rules for promotion and marketing in our App Store and apply these consistently and objectively. So, in other words, they're going to allow developers to promote their App Store, and they're not going to prioritize their own apps or others.
Oh, I see. And consistently and objectively. I feel like consistently and objectively, yeah, I feel like that's kind of a lost trait in a lot of in a lot of companies, honestly, because like a lot of some things are a bit uh subjective and like I feel like you know um double standards are a problem nowadays. I mean, they've always been, but so I do appreciate that. But we will treat apps equally in our app store. Business partners' apps over others. Getting warmer. What about developer choice?
Yeah, let's get to that one, because here's the interesting thing. We will not require developers in our App Store to use our payment system to process in-app payments. Finally, Fortnite can be available in the Microsoft Store.
Yeah, looking at you, Epic. Looking at you, Apple. That whole shenanigans.
Yeah, now Epic Games can be like, oh shoot, yeah, we can just put that on there and give people another option to download the game if they don't want to go through the Epic Games launcher.
Yo, Microsoft. Got that Fortnite, man. Anyway. We're gonna have a Microsoft skin for. We're gonna have a Phil Spencer skin for Fortnite.
Oh my god, that actually be pretty amazing. Because they already did a Master Chief skin for Fortnite.
They did. Oh shit.
I've been wanting to get that skin.
Yeah. Make you a deal.
Yeah.
Anyway,
because I wanted to get that Master Chief skin because I wanted to have that and then use it for the Series X with a black. They have a black skin, Black Spartan skin as well. We had the Series X and S, and I wanted that skin so badly, but I missed out on it. And I know that Kratos. But oh well. Anyways,
for being a Sony pony. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not a fanboy.
Right. The only fanboy Alpaca is a fanboy of his PC Master Race.
Yo, PC Master Race. Yo, Intel, AMD. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yo, AMD, I need that Ryzen Radeon. Anyway, I don't know what is this accent that I've been doing. Yo, dude. Yo, dude. Anyway.
And then if you look over here, if you look over here, it says we will not require developers in our app store to provide more favorable terms in our app store than in other app stores. Again, Epic Games.
Yo, looking at you. Anyway.
10. We will not disadvantage developers if they choose to use a payment processing system other than ours or if they offer different terms and conditions in other app stores. Epic, we're looking at you.
Oh yeah, we got that good stuff for you, Epic. Anyway, whatever.
And then we will not prevent developers from communicating directly with their consumers through their apps for legitimate business purposes, such as pricing terms and product or service offerings. So, again, all this is saying that, hey, developers are having options to allow them to use other payment systems or whatever else you want to do. They perhaps just want to make the Microsoft Store at this point more of a forum for people to just download stuff rather than actually make it a legitimate store.
Oh, I see. Actually, that would be crazy if they made like a sort of workshop, Steam Workshop-esque sort of thing, but it's more relegated to like full-on modding, or something.
Yeah, imagine the Microsoft launcher actually had mod support, and then they could transfer all the Steam work. And certain games that are available on Game Pass as well as the Steam Workshop, Steam and Microsoft can go through like a little bit of a partnership and be like, hey, we'll also carry over all of our mods from the games that are also available on Game Pass over.
That would be fucking cool. Oh my god. I'm writing a letter directly to Mr. Microsoft and Mr. Valve. We will have Mr. and Mr. Microsoft and Mr. Steam. I mean, Mr. Valve. So Phil Spencer and Gabe Newell. Anyway.
Well, not only Phil Spencer, but also Satya Nadella, who is the full CEO of all of Microsoft.
Are you shitting me? Oh my god. what was his name again? Sorry.
Satya Nadella.
Spotsibadeba. You're gonna. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, so you have to write a letter probably to Phil Spencer, Satya Nadella, and Gabe Newell.
Yeah, and then Mr. Valve himself.
That's Gabe Newell.
No, that's Gordon Freeman.
All right. But anyways, if we look down,
full heart.
I've
I've never seen it lit up like that.
I was gonna say, if we also recognize that emerging legislation will apply new rules to companies that both run an app store and control the underlying operating system like Windows. Therefore, we are also committing to say that we will continue to enable developers to choose whether they want to deliver their apps for Windows through our app store, from someone else's store, or sideload directly from the internet. We will continue to give developers timely access to information about the interoperability interface for Windows that our own apps use, and we will enable Windows users to use alternate app stores and third-party apps, including by changing default settings in appropriate categories. So they're just holding their commitments to things they already do.
Yeah.
Which, technically, we silo apps all the frick time on Windows without even realizing it.
Oh yeah. How do you think I'd get that HD project mod on Resi 4?
I mean, how else could we get Steam?
I mean,
or Google Chrome?
Oh. Well,
or in Alpaca's case, VTube Studio or Fortnite.
or Discord, or OBS Studio, or VLC, or Minecraft. Anyway.
Yeah, Minecraft is technically Microsoft owned if you use the Bedrock Edition, so I'm sure for me at least I'd redeem a code for the Microsoft stores. That's a little bit. But anyways, that's all good for the App Store. I think this is really good to see Microsoft be all very open with the App Store and kind of making it more of a forum rather than a store.
I'd like to sideload Cortana, if you know what I mean. Just kidding.
Oh my god. It's like, imagine if this was Cortana.
I'm gonna fuck.
Alright. Well, we can make the ultimate side load. We're gonna do a triple side load.
I'm gonna sideload a CD into your skull. I'm gonna sideload a Baby Metal CD.
What do you mean? I already have one in my freaking lunchbox. You want to see it?
Damn it. No. Goodbye. Is that my helmet? No, I'm just kidding. Anyways,
I mean, you want the helmet?
No, I want to, listen to, the sweet sounds of Baby Metal gun firing in the distance. Alongside the amazing sounds of the Garcast gun, dual wield, and also listening to.
Together, we're the only one.
I'm gonna listen to Megalovania. While also listening to it on Taiku no Sacha, or whatever it's called.
Right. If it's on
Also,
Steam, I should just gift it to you on Steam.
This fucking guy. It's on Steam? What?
If that rhythm game's on Steam, I'm gonna gift it to you through Steam.
And I'm gonna flip.
Maybe not the Zelda song, but at least the Megalovania would be on there. It'd be funny as hell. But back to Microsoft over here. So you mentioned all the outlines for all this App Store stuff, but I guess like we mentioned before, it's great to see them be very open. But they also explain the exclusivity deal with Activision Blizzard titles. And this is exactly what, and we're going to read these two paragraphs here that explicitly detail what they're going to do. First, some commentators have asked whether we will continue to make popular content like Activision's Call of Duty available on competing platforms like Sony's PlayStation. The obvious concern that Microsoft could make this title available exclusively on the Xbox console undermine opportunities for Sony PlayStation users. That's just a little introductory paragraph there, but this is the most important paragraph. To be clear, Microsoft will continue to make Call of Duty and other popular Activision Blizzard titles available on PlayStation through the term of any existing agreement with Activision. And we have committed to Sony that we will also make them available on PlayStation beyond the existing agreement and into the future so that Sony fans can continue to enjoy the games they love. We are also interested in taking similar steps to support Nintendo's successful platform. We believe this is the right thing for the industry, for gamers, and for our business.
Which can only mean one thing. We can now enjoy Call of Duty on the go once again.
Woo!
And the full experience.
Woo! Now, this sounds really amazing. Like to see, like they want to expand to Nintendo's platform and continue to support PlayStation. This is all amazing news. However, some may consider this to be a bit of a PR speak to try and make it so they can get Activision Blizzard and then also keep them exclusive to Xbox after the contract ends.
Yeah, which, I mean, I had similar questions or transgressions, I guess. I don't know. I mean, they don't have to promise this. So yeah, unless there's like a legal thing. But
Yeah.
they do say down here that they might do it, that they're probably gonna do it beyond the contract.
Mm-hmm. Which, if they publicly
Beyond
state
the
this,
existing
and on top of it too, like put it in this exclusive this press
So
release, this is likely going to mean that
I don't know.
it's leading
Maybe.
towards they're
I
going to
don't
keep
know.
this going.
I don't really even have a PlayStation to worry about though, so that's always there's always just like you know uh don't really have to worry too much, but you know,
Exactly, because you're part of the PC Master Race.
don't rub it in.
Well, you're mostly PC Master Race. You also have an Xbox.
Yeah, that I don't even use anymore. I almost gave it away yesterday. Sorry.
That's funny. But looking at all this all together, like, what are your thoughts about Microsoft trying to make their App Store more open and then trying to keep Activision Blizzard games available on other platforms?
Okay, so I mean, it's to say one thing, there has to be action behind it, you know. So I'm happy about it, of course, but you know, it's always good to have, you know, choice, I guess, you know, and have more, I guess, open rights, I guess. I just hope it is applied, you know.
Exactly. And looking at what Microsoft is saying for Activision Blizzard, while there could be the concern that they might just backtrack on a lot of this stuff, I have a feeling that they, based off the language they're using, that this is actually something they're going to pursue.
Yeah, I think so too. It's just there's always something to you always gotta kind of take it with a slight grain of salt, I guess. But I think it is gonna happen. I just always be 95%, never all in.
Of course. And then just keep in mind this means that we could try and nag Epic Games to bring Fortnite to Windows Store. Woo!
Yeah. I mean, at least they're, trying to connect with fans in a good way, not in like a trendy way, I guess.
Exactly. While there seems to be a bit of trendiness, judging from the fact this is also particularly timed, at which there was legislation trying to target the third-party app stores, and Apple and Google for their stranglehold in the App Store markets. At least it seems like this also is partially true intention as well. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's not as trendy as creating a fucking giant metaverse and saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, these developers they can make their own metaverse part. They can make they now own this land in the metaverse or something." I don't know.
Well, that means we have to talk about Bandai Namco then.
What?
As Bandai Namco is making its own $130 million IP metaverse. I know. The immediate sad face that Alpaca is making right now.
I'm going to uninstall Pac-Man.
You have to, but there is one exception to that rule: is that you have to buy that Tatsun rhythm game.
Correction. I can decline your gift. Anyways, yeah, all right.
Well, first of all, I don't know why my screen share is dealing with two people and having assets that constantly fluctuate in size. But besides that,
what?
see the video version when that comes out. But oh my god, it's the weirdest thing. I'm sorry for all my viewers who had to deal with that freaking ad down below. But anyways, so Bandai Namco want to do this in order to connect its fans through its IP, enhancing IP value and making its product span worldwide to improve sales outside Japan. And it's saying that Bandai Namco will develop a metaverse for each IP as a new framework for connecting with fans. In this IP metaverse, we are anticipating virtual spaces that enable customers to enjoy a wide range of entertainment on IP access, as well as frameworks that leverage Bandai Namco's distinctive strengths to fuse physical products and venues with digital elements. We are aiming for open frameworks that provide venues for connection with and among fans and business partners. Through the IP metaverse, we will establish communities among Bandai Namco and fans, as well as among fans themselves. Through these communities and content, we will build deep, broad, multifaceted connections that continue for long periods of time, and we will focus on the quality of those connections. In this way, we will work to maximize IP value over the medium to long term. And according,
where do I start? Sorry.
Where do you start? Just buy Pac-Man games and Pac-Man NFTs, and also play Tekken and Soul Calibur.
Woo!
also buy Tales of Arise as well. I heard that's a really good JRPG.
Yeah. And then wait for the IP to come out. And then
and then go on what will probably be Bandai Namco's version of VR chat and have fun.
Yeah. And I can now canonically have Pac-Man and Link meet each other because of Soul Calibur on the GameCube.
Woo!
Anyway.
Any thoughts on the Bandai Namco entering the metaverse?
Uninstall. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's another. It's another thing. You know, it's another metaverse thing. I don't have much to say. It's whatever, I guess.
Right. I hear you. It
I'm
is
looking for
just
that
interesting.
fucked up advertisement that you were looking at.
Yeah, you have to watch the video version to find out what the stupid thing I saw. It's just literally like two people have. It's just the ad is focusing on two people's asses, and it's just like there's the size of the asses keep fluctuating. It was the weirdest ad ever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with this, I guess. Like having a giant Bandai Namco cinematic universe, I guess.
Well, it looks like what they're trying to do. They're trying to make what essentially is a place where you can connect with fans and business partners in what they call the metaverse, or AKA, what will eventually be VR Chat Plus,
Yeah, I guess.
or
But you could meet your favorite characters, see why Pac-Man exists, talk to him and his journey, I guess, through Pac-Man World
right, you could.
or something.
Well, I did get on. Let me see if I can pull it out, but I did get a
Oh,
new
he's
Pac-Man
pulling something
game.
out. Oh, great.
Well, then again, this is technically a retro game.
Or if I see a
Let's
baby metal
here.
fucking
Where is it
figurine.
back here? No, that's
Probably
Sonic
has
2.
like a probably has like a baby metal thing. He's gonna pull out now. That play has nothing
Sonic
to do with
Spinball. Nope,
Pac-Man.
it's not that one.
I know it. I swear he's gonna pull out baby metal.
That's a free game. Let's see. No, it's Columns, although that's a good game too. Um,
He's gonna show me a Bandai Namco baby metal rocksmith game. This fucking guy, I swear. He's going to do it. I see that.
well, unfortunately for me, it's somewhere else, so I can't necessarily show it to you right now. Sad face.
Well, I mean, as long as it wasn't a Bandai Namco X Baby Metal Guitar Hero game, I think I'm all set.
It was gonna be a copy I recently received of Pac-Man. I think it was like a Pac-Man World 2 or something. It was a Genesis game I recently got.
Yeah, I think I remember watching gameplay of that on like a stream, one of my streamers. Is it the one where he looks like he does on the arcade cabinet and like, you know,
The cover of the
is
game essentially had him on a paraglider.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, don't know where I exactly put it, but maybe in a future episode I'll show it off. If it's
Great.
not Bandai Namco topic, but I mean, in the
I was
meantime,
terrified you were gonna pull up another baby metal figurine. I was like in the
I
background.
mean,
I
for
was like,
those
better
who
not be baby metal. Better not be
just go,
baby
just
metal.
go play some of these games, maybe get them used.
Yeah,
If you don't want to support NFT adventures,
please. Anyways,
I mean, we could also just get Tatsujin that rhythm game and just buy that subscription sale packs like 500 freaking dogs.
yeah, and then create a baby metal X Hatsune Miku mod, and then I watch instead of dancing dogs doing the Egyptian, it's now physical hologram copies of the baby metal crew.
Exactly.
and Hatsune Miku singing, and my eyes bleeding. Anyways,
While the metaverse is cool and all, we can also talk about Platinum Games. They've been showing off they've been mentioning in some interviews some interesting things, like wanting to create a live service game and also trying to work with Microsoft again on Scalebound.
yeah. He wants the company to create larger and riskier games, and suggest that Project GG could be live service.
Yeah.
I like the idea that a larger and like a larger game that would take a few years, but churning out like fine wine.
Yeah, Platinum Games is usually known for making high quality like action games, like Bayonetta,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But they have also done a lot of partnerships. Their most recent, they're one of their most well known games as well as Nier Automata.
Heard of that?
Yeah, that game actually was one of the main games that saved them from almost going bankrupt. Yeah, they were almost about to go bankrupt or something like that. They weren't doing well, but then Nier Automata came out and it pretty much restored their fortunes.
Now, larger and riskier games. Are we talking Bayonetta, Breath of the Wild?
Well, to be fair, a lot of the Bayonetta games actually have been published with Nintendo as well. And then Nintendo also owns Zelda Breath of the Wild. So you put 2 and 2 together, maybe we could have a Bayonetta outfit in the next Breath of the Wild game.
Certainly. Or Princess Zelda is Bayonetta.
Actually, that did happen in the Wii U versions of Bayonetta. Or whatever. They actually had Princess Peach costumes.
Oh, I should shut my mouth then, because I'd create a horror game instead. Somehow.
Yeah, because Bayonetta actually had a costume that she dresses up as Princess Peach, I believe. So.
I mean, it's a thing, I guess. I like seeing characters cosplay, but I don't know.
Then again, you can also play a Bayonetta in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, and then you could palette swap, or you could move swap, and then create abominations, like Captain Pikachu. But
the sad thing, though,
is
I was gonna say the sad thing is the fact they moved custom moves in Ultimate.
Oh.
Beside the Mii fighters.
Yeah.
So that way you can make Sans be whoever you want Sans to be.
Or you could make guys Sans.
Right.
Ezio is Sans. No, just kidding.
Right. Anyway, let's get back to the focus of this whole thing here. So, pretty much, company founder Atsushi Inaba discussed his promotion in a recent interview with Mitsu. In an interview, he appeared to suggest a larger focus on live service games. He said he would like the company to create more games that can be enjoyed and loved for a longer period of time. And they mentioned that Kamiya's Project GT was mentioned, and its desire to create titles that are different from the past. And they mentioned that Project GG is still in the stage of testing various things, so I can't tell you much about it. But when it comes to future game production, we want to focus on creating games that are different from the past. I would like to focus on creating games that can be enjoyed and loved for a longer period of time. Of course, we would like to cherish and create small but brilliant conceived games such as Soul Cresta, and games which you could play enjoy the process of clearing the game by going through one-off, well-designed stages as Bayonetta. However, the products that we are trying to create for the future will be different in terms of their structure. Considering the changes in the market over the next 5 years or so, I think it's absolutely necessary for us to do this. I'm sorry for being so vague, but I think that's all I can tell you right now.
I see.
So, do you have any thoughts about? Oh, he also mentioned that he was also asked how he tends to run the studio, and now he's CEO, and now said he'd like to take more risks on larger, more unique titles. He mentioned that Kenichi Sato laid the foundation for the company, but I'd like to return to the original ethos of Platinum Games. And we can no longer create new ways to play, then there's no reason for us to exist. And if that happens, I think it would be better to dissolve the company, no matter how profitable it is. I'd like to go back to our raison d'etre and create new games on a larger scale in a more pure manner. In the past, even if we wanted to create our own IP, it was difficult to do so. And if we would, it would be on a very small scale. We could only make indie class products. In the future, I'd like to get rid of all of that and make larger games from our ideas and succeed in at least one thing. I want to lead Platinum Games in a direction that is pure and unadulterated and never look back. I think that's my role now.
Right.
So, what are your thoughts on all this stuff?
So I see what what the struggle is when it comes to like indie class products. Um you know I I think with larger scale games though, you know what if they what if they work on something like lore building, like a maybe like an RPG series, I guess. I don't know. Like what if they like cuz um like considering that Project GG is rumored to be a live service type game, I wonder if it could be like almost like an MMORPG, but not really, I guess.
It could
Um,
also just take the direction of something maybe like Assassin's Creed, which is largely a single player focused game that happens to have like a consistent amount of DLC content, maybe,
yeah, maybe.
but maybe
I
not as aggressive.
yeah. Um, I also when I think of larger scale games, I think of games that have a you can feel you can feel that these games have like they aren't one dimensional. You can really tell that there's life that like when you make a game that you can tell that these things are live or that are full of life, even though they're a bunch of pixels. If you can have emotions from them, that's a good game. You know, um, but with having constant DLC though, I worry about the drip feeding thing. You know how some some games are just drip fed content, and it's a slog waiting for it to complete, and then uh I would be a little bit worried about that because when it comes to stuff like I guess like with COD, I got bored of it pretty quickly because the core features or drip fed into the game instead of being a thing at launch, but when it came to like full feature, I didn't have to wait for I'd say I don't have to wait for Red Dead Redemption 2 to be finished. Like as I'm already purchasing and owning the game. I could buy it day of release and with a bit of patches, I guess, or whatever, day one patch, whatever, uh, I could enjoy the story all the way through. I didn't have to wait for Rockstar to finish the other chapters, I guess. Um, on the contrary of Grand Theft Auto Online, though. Hint, hint. Anyway, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing what they've got in store. It's very vague. I can't really, say much more than what's already been hinted at. I guess. I don't know what Platinum Games has in store, but it's interesting that they wouldn't, that they would move on um, from, what I guess is uh, you know how he says in the beginning, they started off as like more he wanted to go back to the roots, I guess, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, something like that, from what I understand. Because I know that Platinum does a lot of, like I said, mostly focus more on action games. They've done like Bayonetta, Wonderful 101. They have recently done Babylon's Fall. They're also doing Near Automata, and Babylon's Fall is also leaning toward the live service. That's probably because of more of Square Enix than anything else.
Yeah, I'd like to see I'd like to see a new IP that is not a one off, I guess, like they say. If they are going in this direction, not just um repurposing, I guess, an old franchise.
Yeah, because I know that either Tencent or NetEase, I believe one of those two companies, they've put investment into Platinum Games. So whatever this project is end up going to be is going to be IP they would actually own, because stuff like Bayonetta and Nier Automata, etc., those are all IP that other companies own. And yes, Platinum Games is the main developer and the creator behind things like Astral Chain and Bayonetta, but Nintendo practically owns those IPs. They don't own that shit.
Yeah.
So to
I
have
hear
something
you.
they can truly own and just be proud of is something that, you know, would be good to see.
Yeah, because the way I see it is that they are very much indie. They are relying on these bigger companies to make their games more heard, I guess, by brand recognition, Um, so having its own, foot in the door instead of allowing others to kind of build it up, which, in the sense that they created, but they don't really own it, I guess, or they, work on it, but they don't really have the ability to take it any further than they can. I see what they mean then with like being very indie, nowadays,
Yeah.
and they want to move on from that and uh, I guess build up a little bit bigger than they initially were.
True. And while they may want to move on to bigger things, they also still want to do these sort of things, as you can see here, they also want to try and get back together with Xbox to make Scalebound.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Hmm. I I saw that. I see that. I I don't know. This is I don't know. I wouldn't mind to see Scalebound actually released, but um, give me 1 second. Sorry. Continue on. It's just um, sorry.
It's
I
fine.
I jumped the gun. I'm sorry.
It's fine. But as they say in the article, it's just like, I'd like to appeal to Phil Spencer directly. Let's do it, Phil. They also mentioned how and that how Inaba made it clear that this isn't an idle wish, and they'd like to reopen talks with Microsoft about the idea. They mentioned often in an interview, you might hear a developer play saying, "Yes, if we have the opportunity, we'd love to work on that again." But we don't mean it in that way. Both Kamiya and I are serious. We really would love to work on Scalebound again. I'd like to discuss it with Microsoft properly. And Kamiya would further, development had progress a fair way, and it seems pointless for Microsoft to just hold on to that and not do anything with it. So, obviously, it seems like Platinum Games is eager to get back to Scalebound, and with Microsoft holding the IP, and now that Phil Spencer's kind of focusing more on Game Pass rather than game sales, this would potentially allow Scalebound to do decent. And on top of two, Microsoft doesn't have a lot of Japanese support for Game Pass and Xbox in general, so it'd be nice to have Scalebound appear on the service and be something that could continue to thrive on Game Pass.
I hear you. Yeah, I have noticed that there like Xbox is a lot of Western Microsoft themselves feel don't seem to tap into that Eastern market. I feel they don't really they don't have as much of a foothold in there. So I wouldn't mind seeing Scalebound revisited. I mean, I know people were interested in Scalebound. I mean, it wouldn't have, it wouldn't have been a, I would have never heard of Scalebound if it weren't for the fact that it got canceled and people were upset over it. So.
Mm-hmm. I think what a lot of people were excited about with Scalebound was that it was Microsoft's attempt at partnering with a well-established developer to make a Japanese game for the Xbox. And another reason why a lot of people were excited was because it was something different than what Microsoft had at the time. And this was before Microsoft was gobbling up like a bunch of studios.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what made the deal very exciting, and this potentially see Scalebound come back would be like I said, like we were saying, would be a very interesting thing to see.
Definitely.
But while Platinum Games try to focus on trying to revive Scalebound, something major got shut down in terms of the U.S. Army.
Yeah. Not the army itself, but certain tool.
Yeah. So so there's a controversial U.S. government back shooter called America's Army, and it had multiple iterations since 2002, and it was built on Unreal Engine.
Thanks, Epic.
Thanks, Epic, for building a engine that would be used to power a military recruitment tool.
Yep, or propaganda in some people's eyes. Not mine, but it's a little.
Anyway, so according to an official blog post, the game represented the first large-scale use of game technology by the U.S. government as a platform for strategic communication and recruitment, and the first use of game technology to support U.S. Army recruiting. And over 20 million players have taken part in 180 million successful missions. At the time Pat and American Army has fulfilled a mission, it is time to shift our focus to other new and innovative ways to assist the Army with comms and recruitment. Oh, this is funny. For players on PlayStation, the store page is set to be removed and the game will no longer be available for purchase. Online play will cease to function, though existing players should be able to play offline. For PC players via Steam, privately owned servers will continue to be accessible, but official servers and player stats will be shut down.
LAN parties.
Woo! So apparently this is something that you two can play.
I'm gonna look it up right now. I literally had oh my god, America's Army Proving Grounds. It's for free! Oh my god, let me cop it. I agree!
Alpaca going to claim a game before it shuts down. Oh my god.
Do you have what it takes to train like a U.S. Army soldier? No. I'm like, fuck, you want me to do like push-ups 24/7 whenever you say it? Oh, fuck that shit. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, oh, wow. Wow, I can play this on a quad-core CPU? Wait, what? Is this a 32-bit application? What is this memory? What? Why is it so low? Anyway, I just copped it. It's downloading! What is this community content? Sneaky spot! Okay. Wow, it looks like a PlayStation 2 game.
Well, keep in mind,
Anyway.
it's been initial release since 2002.
Oh. Well, it looks like CSGO. But it's trying its best to be Modern Warfare 2019. Anyways, sorry. I'm gonna try it out. And yeah, I mean, hey, it's for free. It can't be that bad. Yes, it can.
Watch as the United States Army just goes up to freaking Alpaca's house and be like, "Yo, you're going to join the army."
No, I would. I don't want to be in the draft. Fuck you, selective service. I'm just kidding. I can't believe I got one. Like, in my physical state, I don't understand how the fuck I got, how I had to fill out the selective service thing. I am not mentally well. Physically, no. Spiritually, also no. Anyways, I'm gonna play it now. It doesn't even have a Steam thing.
That's funny.
Play launch, host a dedicated server. No. Alright, well, I have it downloaded. I'm gonna play it in my spare time and make a YouTube video and then get drafted. No, I'm just kidding. And then literally go down to my recruitment station and be like, hey, can I join the Navy? No, I'm just kidding. And then they're like, sir, why are you half drunk? Anyway.
But yeah,
Sir.
honestly, just looking at all of this, it's just like, yeah, it does suck that a game is being lost, but a game being forced as a recruitment tool. I mean, is this really something that, you know, is truly valuable that's going to be lost to time?
It won't be lost to time because I downloaded it. Anyways, so, I mean, I'm not losing it. I feel. I don't think I don't think I lost out because of it. I, I, I mean, in some eyes it's propaganda, and in some eyes it's like a military shooter, like COD or something.
Hmm.
And I know, like, oh, it's been cited that, oh, I joined it because of video games or something. And I mean, I I don't know. I can't really fault it, you know? Yeah, I mean, it's a thing, I guess. It's like any other game, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's any other military shooter. you wanna, join the military, there you go. But it's a lot more different than just, you get a rifle immediately and you do a bit of, target shooting. You know, it,
Yeah.
it's a lot rougher than you think. Um, so I mean, no, I don't really care too much, I guess. But then again, also game preservation, so uh,
Yeah.
it's I eh, I don't know.
Right.
Whatever.
On one hand, though, let's look at how could the U.S. Army actually evolve the recruitment process using technology. What could they do? You think they could try and use like some sort of VR AR technology sort of game? Maybe they could take, if it's actually made by the U.S. government or some other team that does American Army, maybe they could do an America's Army VR game.
uh, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing this be expanded upon, but like as like a VR um game. But honestly, I uh I don't know. I mean, they shouldn't have taken it down. They should have just like well, they should have like released America's Army 2 or something. You know.
Or
I
like
feel
do a
like
complete like built up remake of it or something.
yeah, I feel like that would kind of
Well,
work cuz
yeah. And then again, if you do a complete remake, you have the opportunity of redoing the simulation aspects to make it more realistic bullet drop and everything from all the different guns.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, eh
Right. But if it did in
I,
VR, then you actually have proper timing for magazine loading and everything, because then you can actually make it as realistic as possible.
yeah, certainly. Um a side thing. Um I just had a strange like nostalgic memory pop in my head. There was a military shooter that I remember seeing an advertisement for, and instead of headshots only, it was nut shots only. That is all. Good night. Imagine getting shot in the testicle.
wait,
Anyways,
wait.
Metallica son?
Hello,
sorry.
hello, Metallica fan.
Well, and speaking of things getting shut down, we're
Uh,
going to talk about some SpaceX Starlink satellites getting destroyed by some geomagnetic storms.
yeah. Is this why I couldn't watch Law and Order SVU last night?
I don't think it's meant for that. But anyways, so they're saying as many as 40 satellites from a recent launch will disintegrate as they re-enter Earth's atmosphere.
Okay.
And they're saying how last week SpaceX sent 49 Starlink satellites up on a Falcon 9 from Kennedy Space Center, and it was becoming a rather routine operation for Elon Musk's space flight company. SpaceX has launched over 2,000 Starlink satellites since 2018 in an attempt to bring high-speed satellite internet to all corners of the globe, and particularly to those where access has typically been limited. Yes, so imagine if Elon Musk got some internet down to Nebraska so that those with T-Mobile can actually use Wi-Fi calling.
That is so great. Thanks, Elon. Oh my god. it's just sad. Actually, I think my cable is powered by like internet or something. So that might have actually been that actually might have been why I like every once in a while there's just this pop up that says like video unavailable, and now all I can think is a satellite hurtling down into my backyard, and then um waking up and then you know uh becoming a ghoul from Fallout because of the radiation or something.
Like,
I don't know.
imagine if the satellite literally fell in your backyard, and all you just had to do was make a video about the satellite in your backyard.
I, I I'd probably get like compensation from Elon Musk and have two Teslas and uh a few other Elon Musk gadgets. I guess
The flamethrower.
Flammenwerfer.
You know about the Elon Musk, the Tesla flamethrowers?
Yes, and I are they still legal to like own and use?
Let's see. I actually should look this up.
Now that you mention it, is that legal? Tesla Lime.
The poor
Flamethrower.
company.
Wow. I only need to pay $500. Wow. It, this looks a lot like a
Looks like a plasma rifle from something like Titanfall.
this looked a lot like an airsoft gun that I know that it's not one that I own, but I see it every once in a while, and I'm gonna compare the two because M4. Like what the hell? It looks like the CSI like Star XR5. Like, give me 1 second. So, like, oh, holy shit, that's so identical almost. Like, look at that, and then let me send you a link to Evike. Like, they look almost the same. Oh, they are the same. Look, holy shit, they are the same. I'm having a fucking like, oh my god, they really do look. Oh my god, dude, like, what the fuck? It literally is the Tesla flamethrower. Holy shit.
Yeah, imagine they actually kept making those flamethrowers. It would be funny if you actually been able to buy one, because now they're worth like $20,000 on eBay. So we missed our chance of getting flamethrowers.
I can't. It is like, this isn't the. It looks so much like it. I think it is. Anyways, what's up?
Yeah, let's get back to satellites. Although flamethrower would have been fun to talk about too.
But it's an airsoft gun too. Anyway, sorry.
But anyways, it says after a launch on Thursday, a geomagnetic storm slammed into Earth's atmosphere, and they're caused by the sun spewing out solar wind particles that eventually crash into Earth. The particles mess with the planet's magnetic field and disrupt satellites, increasing drag and messing with their orbits.
Oh.
And that's what happened with 40 of these Starlink satellites.
Hmm.
So what happened when the geomagnetic storm hit Earth last week? It increased atmospheric drag on the batch of satellites. SpaceX quickly shucked the satellites into safe mode and flew them edge on to minimize the drag, and it's set to take cover from the storm. But its preliminary analysis showed the satellites never came out of safe mode, and it can't raise their orbit.
Oh, okay.
And I say
So,
and they continue on. So SpaceX said the satellites will re-enter or already have entered the Earth's atmosphere on Tuesday, effectively ending their short lives. When the satellites collide with the atmosphere, they're designed to burn up entirely, so no debris reaches the ground. So it can't have you have a satellite in your backyard.
that's sad. I wish I could, you know, get compensation.
But as
or
you were trying to say earlier,
so take cover from the storm. Is this a Fortnite reference? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I just, I mean, I'm just, I don't know. I find it interesting that they like, they're programmed to avoid this, but they glitched out. Um, uh, so, um, I don't know. I just, hope if anybody gets an outage, that, it gets dealt with quick.
right? I don't think this is going to affect the consumer side much. This is mostly affecting SpaceX.
Oh, I see. So, is this why Amazon Web Services keeps on crashing? Anyways, sorry.
That would be funny if that was the case, but no, I don't think that's the case. This is specifically for Starlink uses.
Okay.
And SpaceX uses
Never
well,
mind.
So because SpaceX's primary goal is to get us to Mars. So we can colonize it and do stupid stuff on there, make it Earth too.
Yeah.
But should we make it an Earth too?
As long as it's not a scam, then yes. I mean, yes, that Earth too. I mean, personally, I don't think we should colonize Mars. I think we should can you colonize Mars? And also, I think we should try to find a good exoplanet, not have an inhabitable zone that's just outside this barrier that any moron could shoot out with an RPG and kill us all.
Imagine going to Mars. The only thing you bring is an RPG. What stupid things do you do with the RPG?
Smuggle it underneath your coat. It's just all of a sudden you just all of a sudden they're just I don't know, space I don't know, control or whatever, the people that detain you for having illegal things. They just notice a giant bulge in your pants, and then they're like, you know, sir, what are you smuggling, sir? Are you smuggling something, or are you am I actually that hot? I have a very low self-esteem opinion of me, so I think it's the first one. Just kidding. It is me. And I am going to make Mars colonized again. Sorry, I don't know.
I thought you would have went for the move. It's like, hey, what do you have in there? And they try to confiscate you for minutes, and all you just do is just aim the RPG just towards the back of the craft.
Am I out of touch? No, I'm out of time.
destroy the entire aircraft. Everybody is like, so long, fuckers.
So long, fuckers.
The Mario 64 reference.
So long, motherfuckers.
But yeah, it's like kind of like thinks that SpaceX is only slightly stung from the progress of being able to get their Mars.
Oh yeah.
But while that may be the case, they're stuck on Mars. Speaking of space, let's talk about how the James Webb Telescope managed to capture some images of a star.
Oh yeah, we talked about this before. Oh my god. The future. Welcome to the future.
Future.
Sorry.
So you can see that accordingly, the James Webb Telescope has finally captured its first image of a star, or rather images. NASA shared a mosaic of pictures shown above of a star taken using the primary mirror's 18 segments. It says, it looks like a seemingly random collection of blurry dots, but that's precisely what the mission team was expecting. The imagery will help scientists finish the lengthy mirror alignment process using the telescope's near-infrared camera, or NIRCam. The first stage is nearly complete as of this writing. So if you scroll above, you can see the collage of images that it has captured.
I see.
Digital alignment mosaic.
Yeah. And it's it's kind of just a bunch of dots, but
It's a mosaic, they say, so it's getting there.
yeah, it's getting there, I guess.
I mean, they
mean-
look like pretty highly detailed dots, though, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, but you could just kind of gotta think, this is from like light years away, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like, how
That-
far away is this?
It doesn't
in
exactly
miles?
mention. Since the visual cut came from a 25-hour effort that pointed the James Webb Telescope to 156 different positions and produced 1,560 images with the NIRCam sensors. The team created the mosaic using the signature of each mirror segment in a single frame. Visual artifacts come from using the infrared camera at temperatures well above for the frigid conditions the telescope will need for scientific observation. And what you see here isn't entirely of the mosaic. The full resolution snapshot is over 2 gigapixels.
That's a big pixel. Anyway, sorry.
See, our megapixels on our phones seem impressive. Now this is gigapixels.
Yeah, and this
And
is
you
like,
can see here it says primary mirror selfie.
yeah. This is like sticking a bunch of cell phones together.
Literally.
Like taking one wide shot.
And it also says that NASA also provided rare real-world glimpse at the James Webb Telescope in action. The agency provided a selfie of the primary mirror middle created by a pupil imaging lens from the NIRCam. This too is blurry, but it offers a valuable look at the fully deployed mirror and helps explain the importance of alignment. Notice how just one segment is is brightly lit by a star. It's the only one aligned with that celestial body. It will take a while before all segments are operating in concert. Research expects the first scientifically useful images from the telescope in the summer. So, while right now all we're getting is alignment images, it shows that this telescope is going to eventually lead to something really great.
Here's hoping.
And finally, then we can use it to look into the past.
Yeah, without using our minds.
Or angry video game nerd.
It's gonna take you back to the past.
I just like you suddenly mentioned that.
Play the shitty games. That's okay. Yeah. I mean, the James Rolfe telescope.
Maybe that's what it should have been renamed to. Not the James Webb Telescope, but the James Rolfe Telescope.
I mean, he is gonna take you back to the past, so.
Yeah, because then we
And
can
the-
like to trace back and see when the NES first came out.
Yes. We could see the Sony Nintendo prototypes.
Through
And-
microscopic alignment.
Yes. We need to do a cover of the AVGN theme. And then we need to do a montage of the James Rolfe telescope
Woo!
and its findings. And then when James Rolfe sees our creation, you know, he's gonna look at it and be like, these two, this furry and this random dude, what were they thinking? Anyways, I mean, hey, at least we'll have fair use, you know. What were they thinking? Anyway, we'll get the license for it. Unlike Bowser, who just whatever, you know.
Oh, our good friend Gary Bowser. No. Let's not get him mixed
We're
up.
not affiliated. Shut
No.
up. We're not affiliated with them. I do not want to get. I do not want to be associated with this guy.
Now, to be fair,
So long, Gary Bowser.
I would say now to be fair, this is not Doug Bowser, who is the CEO, the president of Nintendo of America. He's the much cooler dude.
So long, Doug Bowser. No, I'm just kidding.
This guy is the total definition of an asshat.
I guess so. I mean,
Well, maybe not asshat,
know.
but still.
well, I mean, you know, he pretty much you know, stole you know, sold illegal devices for, you know, hacking consoles for piracy purposes. I mean,
Yeah, take a look.
honestly, I guess.
Right, so take a look over here. It says the public face of a notorious video game piracy group was sentenced today, well, at the time, February 10th, to 40 months in prison for 2 federal felonies, announced U.S. Attorney Nick Brown. And Gary Bowser, a 52-year-old who is a Canadian national of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, pleaded guilty in October 2021 to conspiracy to circumvent technological measures and to traffic in circumvention devices and trafficking in circumvention devices. And as Robert S. Lasnik said, these are serious criminal offenses with real victims and harm to the community. I say the piracy scheme is estimated to have caused more than $65 million in losses to video game companies, but the damage goes beyond these businesses, harming video game developers and the small creative studios whose products and hard work is essentially stolen where games are pirated.
Yeah, so think of like Shovel Knight, but not paying for Shovel Knight or any other indie game. Think of it like that. It's not as simple as you know, pirating Mario Bros, I guess.
Right.
Da, 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 da. Sorry.
And then we're also talking about the same developer, Shovel Knight, who did Mina the Hollower, which we talked about last week.
Oh yeah, I haven't got a chance to check out the demo, but I will, because, my god, it looks so cool.
Right. Anyway, so he's part of this group called Team Executor, who, for many of those who know the Switch, make special hacking devices to add homebrew capabilities to the Switch. So many of the older Switches you could easily have gone. Pretty much what a lot of people would do back in the olden days with the Switch when it first launched specifically, you have to have the original Switch, not the V2 Switch, but like the original Switches. They use a stock NVIDIA Tegra X1. They didn't use like a proprietary version of it. They used a stock NVIDIA X1. So people were able to figure out easily how to hack this thing in like day one.
Oh, I see.
And on top of it too, you have to keep in mind that this was back in the day, which you could take a paperclip and use it to enable homebrew. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I mean, hey, some things are, I mean, hey, I could take a paper clip and instantly become a felon. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. But then you also had Team Executor, who made devices particularly for the later version of the Switches to do more things.
And actually become a felon.
Yeah. So pretty much, Team Executor is comprised of over a dozen individual members located around the world. These members include developers who exploit vulnerabilities in making content and design circumvention devices, website designers who create the various websites that promote the enterprise devices, suppliers who manufacture devices, and resellers around the world who sell and distribute the devices. Bowser's role in the conspiracy was to administer the websites that communicated with customers offering devices for sale. So this guy is primarily meant to be pretty much a website operator.
I see.
So pretty much, as mentioned, he controlled websites that marketed the group's products, announced new information, and answered customer questions about the products. Bowser helped create and support online libraries of pirate video games for its customers. Oof. And several of the enterprise's devices came preloaded with pirate video games. Oof. EA's video game companies announced new security features. Team Executive will roll out new devices designed to bypass the security. Oof. Man, I need to get that freaking sound effect meme that one gets. Oof. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
What? The Roblox oof?
Yeah.
Oh.
You get that sound effect. But anyways. Apparently, it's saying, according Robert Hammer, who is the special agent in charge, who oversees HSI operations in the Pacific Northwest. He mentions, this is not a victimless crime. The leaders of this multi-million-dollar scheme are responsible for diverting money from creative professionals who have worked hard to provide unique products and experiences. HSI, along with their law enforcement and private sector partners, will continue to pursue those who have proved to be enemies of innovation and global commerce.
And it's not pirating old games. It's like stealing from brand new indie developments, right?
Yeah, brand new games. In fact, there have been situations where because of these roughly 20 million Switches that have been older Switches that have been hacked, that you could bypass it and then play Nintendo games before they officially break street date.
Oh, that is scary. That's like wow, holy crap.
That's how bad the hack switch with the Switch has gotten, where you can't. There will be days in which like a game will eventually get released to like someone will buy a game before it officially comes out. Like, you know how sometimes you'll walk into a gaming store and then someone just picks up a copy of a game before it comes out?
Yeah, I know about the there's a few things where certain video game stores you could some people were working behind the lines, I guess, in a sense, and they had official copies of games that haven't come out yet with the actual discs in them that you could pop in and play, I guess. Something like that.
Yeah, so sometimes what people do would be like, hey, I have a hacked Switch. I'll burn the game off the cartridge and then distribute it to other people who have hacked Switches so they can play the game early.
Oh, yeah, that's no bueno.
No. In fact, you could sometimes witness things like Pokemon Legends Arceus, the open world Pokemon game. even be pirated before it came out.
Jeez, that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. That is like, I mean, if it was Pokemon Red or Blue or something, then that's different. But that's a brand new game that came out this month, right?
January.
Yeah,
Yep.
or in January, somewhere around this time period. Jeez, that is fucking crazy. I, I mean, I guess I'm glad because, of course, that's hard work being, you know, being stolen. That it's as simple as that. It's not like seeing a game that's not being sold anymore being emulated. It's like seeing a brand new game that they could have made, 60, 50, $70 off of that just, you know, is just been given out for free pretty much. It's like going into the store and just taking something off the shelf and walking out at that point.
Exactly.
And then you add like a copy machine or something and you can just, you know, something like that, I guess.
Mhm. Yep.
Wow.
At least we don't have to deal with these things being pirated.
So long, baby metal. Sorry. So long, Gary Bowser.
That was easy.
CC.
What a fun time. All right, and then now
Oh,
that
yes,
that's
fun
done,
times.
let's actually start recapping a event that we briefly mentioned about last week. Or last episode, rather.
Oh, yes, and a reminder to not use Internet Explorer 11 and older, because it does not support live stream playback, apparently. Why? Who the fuck is using Internet Explorer? Who out there got hurt? Anyway, just kidding.
Right. But anyway, if you scroll down, so if you keep scrolling like really far down, there's a couple of devices that got announced.
Yeah.
The Samsung Galaxy S22 and the S22 Plus, the S22 Ultra, and the Samsung Tab S8, S8 Plus, and S8 Ultra. Which I'm going to need to refresh this page because I'm not seeing the actual tablet. But anyways, yeah. So those are the devices that have been announced. I guess I'm not seeing the tablet. Rip.
It's basically a
Yeah.
planet with a tablet thing.
Yeah, I know what it is, but I guess everyone who can't see the image, just go look it up on Google. But anyways, yeah. So we got a phone that's like an upgrade, a phone that's essentially replacing the Galaxy Note series, and some new tablets.
I love the fact that this phone has what is this for? Is this 5 cameras? No, 6, because the one on the front. Oh my
Welcome to
God.
modern phones.
Like, I don't know. I just noticed this and I'm like, I wonder what it's like to use these things. Is this like the 3DS? I mean, the 3DS was truly the first innovation of dual camera design.
I
Now
mean,
it's triple,
this
pentuple.
phone here has literally multi cameras as well. Take a look at this stupid bullshit. It's like 3
That is
fucking cameras
truly-
in the back.
That is truly good for the player. It literally looks like that looks like a welding face shield.
Then again, it's on a OtterBox.
I'm gonna pretend to know what that means.
It's a brand of cases for devices and stuff.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what an OtterBox is.
That's why it looks like it's like pretty rough on the back.
uh,
I have a tempered glass screen protector on this thing too, so
it's one of those phones that has, yeah, I saw this. One of the phones that has a camera underneath the screen. Is Wow, that's odd. I mean,
yeah, it
I've
gets
always
kind of,
hated.
it has like the pimple dot on it. You can see it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know if I like it as much, but whatever.
Trust me, I would prefer if it was one of those cameras like I think one of the Oppo phones, I believe it. I forgot which Chinese phone it is, but it's one of those phones that have like the retractable camera from underneath. So the idea is when you get a selfie mode or whatever, the camera just pop up from underneath the phone,
That's fucking cool.
from inside the phone, and then when you're done with the selfie cam, it just retracts back inside the phone.
That's so futuristic. It's like electronic doors. I don't know.
Literally, yeah. But yeah, looking at these phones first glance,
How much does it cost? I need one. Anyway, no.
good question.
I mean, okay, so the Ultra, for pre-order for the S22 Ultra, it is a pre-order of, an unlocked one is from $499.99, and it depends on the capacity. If you want 1 terabyte, I guess. Oh, it doesn't show if it's sold out. Apparently, I assume it'd be 700, but it depends on the model, I guess.
$700 for the Ultra, goddamn.
I assume for the 1 terabyte capacity one. Um, I mean, hey, it's a phone. I'm not really gonna get a new phone yet, but I mean, one day I might treat myself to like uh, a good quality phone, but
Yeah, get
later.
yourself a Samsung or a Google Pixel or whatever.
Okay.
I think right now Samsung's probably the cheap brand for most, considering LG dropped out of the game.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, LG. Would have bought the latest V series phone instead of a Google Pixel if it wasn't for that.
Rest in peace. Life's good until it's not.
Exactly.
Drop out.
Well, we got these new cell phone products coming out. That's really cool. Let's talk about Tesla's getting another recall on top of their already existing recalls.
Uh. Holy shit. Look at the subline. The boombox feature risk overpowering vital safety alerts.
So, pretty what it's saying is that, according to Reuters, the electric vehicle producer Tesla has recalled over roughly 578,607 Model 3, S, X, and Y vehicles over concern the boombox feature can overpower pedestrian warning sound systems. The ability to play external audio while the car is in motion violates a federal safety rule requiring a clearly audible sound when electric vehicles and hybrids are moving at speeds below 18.6 miles per hour. As with some recalls, the company will address the issue with a free over-the-air update. The patch will disable boombox while cars aren't parked, Tesla said. The company didn't provide a time frame for the update, but knew it would affect 2017 and newer Model 3 sedans, as well as 2020 and newer Model S, X, Y, E vehicles. And it says, get this, the latest recall in 2 weeks.
There have been 15 recalls since the start of 2021. Typically minor. Uh, yeah. Um, I'll just take the cash prize for when that satellite hits me in the square in the face. Uh, so yeah.
And how would you use your $1 million?
Uh, I'd hire an editor.
Woo!
And go to Yale. I don't know.
Go to Yale, study physics.
Yeah, and then become the next Tesla.
Woo!
Become the next Mr. Tesla. Anyways. And harass him with jet tracking. Which we still have yet to know if he accepted the offer or not. Anyways.
That's gonna be fun. Welcome to Gawcat, the show that supports tracking executives via planes.
Welcome to Godcast, the show where we endorse all public figures be tracked. Not really.
Yours is more accurate, god damn it.
We endorse things we can't say over the air. Anyways. Just kidding.
Anyways, besides that, I don't think we have much else to say about this topic over here.
No. I just hope that this is the end of Tesla having strange recalls, you know? Like a feature overpowering another feature that is safety related. So, yeah.
Of course. However, we do have to talk about a certain continent trying to combat the chip shortage.
Yes. And we shall thank the Soviet Union for enabling the CHIPS Act. I mean, did I said fucking Soviets.
Not saying the video out here. Oh my god.
Can't breathe. Thank you, communism.
Anyways, the European Union.
Yes, the European Union, not the Soviet Union, is is allowing they're making a Chips Act and yeah. So now we'll be able to enjoy higher stock.
The continent that's home to caramel dancing.
Yeah, thanks, Faden.
But anyways, besides that, recent global semiconductor shortages force factory closures in a wide range of sectors from cars and healthcare services. In the car sector, for example, production in some member states decreased by 1/3 in 2021. It's made more evident by the extreme global dependency of the semiconductor value chain on a very limited number of actors in a complex geopolitical context. China.
Of course.
The EU Chips Act will build on Europe's strengths world-leading research and technology organizations and networks, as well as host of pioneering equipment manufacturers, and just outstanding weaknesses. It'll bring about a thriving semiconductor sector from research to production and a resilient supply chain. It'll mobilize more than 43 billion euros of public and private investments and set measures to prevent, prepare, anticipate, and swiftly respond to any future supply chain disruption. Together with member states and our international partners, it will enable the EU to reach its ambition to double its current market share to 20% in 2030. Pretty much the translation is use a currency converter to convert $43 billion to US dollars, and yeah. Our German viewers, though, would definitely understand this.
Probably. Considering, you know, we're talking about another dictatorship earlier. No, I'm just kidding.
I swear to God, if you mentioned that version of Germany, then we're really going to be screwed.
I think you can now talk about that stuff. I'm talking about this.
Oh my God.
What? I thought this was the European Union flag. Sorry.
Remove that one little in the middle and that'll be correct.
Oh, okay. Alright. So, we just take this and,
Oh my God. Is Blue Alpaca wanting to be a member of the European Union now? Jesus Christ.
Anyways. What is this? Oh.
I know what you're going to use that for.
Mod that guy. No, I'm just kidding. Bonk. No, this is what... I'm gonna use that guy for this. Baby metal. Anyways. So, anyways,
Please keep in mind, audience, that we do not honestly think the European Union is a extreme authoritarian communist dictatorship.
no. Not me at least. Not Hydrowave at least. I just made a stupid error and, called the Soviet Union the European Union because, the European Union and that sort of stuff. Thanks Stalin for introducing the Chips Act. We now formally refer to fried potato, very thin fried potatoes as chips, not crisps. Thank you. And that's why Britain made Brexit. I'm just kidding. Anyways, Chips app. Fuck.
So
Chips
they have
Act.
Yeah, so they have a few bullet points here. And we'll start with the Chips for Europe initiative, which will pool resources from the Union, member states, and third countries associated with the existing Union programs, as well as the private sector through the enhanced chip joint undertaking, resulting from the strategic reorientation of the existing key digital technologies joint undertaking. $11 billion, not 11 billion euros, will be made available to strengthen existing research, development, and innovation, to ensure the deployment of advanced semiconductor tools, pilot lines for prototyping, testing, and experimentation of new devices for innovative real-life applications, train staff, and to develop an in-depth understanding of the semiconductors ecosystem and value chain. We also have a new framework to ensure the security of supply by attracting investments in enhanced production capabilities, much needed in order for innovation in advanced nodes, innovative and energy-efficient chips to flourish. In addition, a CHIPS fund will facilitate access to financing for startups to help them mature their innovations and attract investors. It will also include a dedicated semiconductor equity investment facility under Invest EU to support scale-ups and SMEs to ease their market expansion. And we also have a coordination mechanism between the member states and the Commission for monitoring the supply of semiconductors, estimating demand, and anticipating the shortages. It will monitor the semiconductor value chain by gathering key intelligence from companies that map primary weaknesses and bottlenecks. It will draw together common crisis assessments and coordinate actions to be taken from a new emergency toolbox. It will also react swiftly and decisively together by making full use of national and EU instruments.
Whew. So, pretty much, we may not have to worry about semiconductor shortages anymore. At least,
Not as much.
according to this. Not as much, yeah, I guess. Not to the extent where we're, seeing GPUs being sold for, like 5 times their MSRP usually.
Yeah.
Or
'Cause
at
this-
least 3 times.
Yeah, because this is now, we're in the market now where all the countries start to realize, oh my god, relying on just China alone for making stuff is not good for the world.
No, not. I mean, it's if it's just coming from one place, then eventually the well runs dry, or in this case, something happens drastically,
Like
And-
a certain pandemic that wants to ruin everything.
and also people needing electronics all of a sudden,
Mhm.
and a certain Bitcoin or a certain cryptocurrency craze, and also a few other things.
Exactly.
And people wanting to sell them for higher than usual.
You're right.
I, I hope that this happens, because we need more than one source. You don't create one crop and only one. You don't plant one seed
Right.
because sometimes those seeds don't grow, or sometimes something happens to the bunch.
Exactly. I mean, then again, they could all just play Taco no Tatsujin and play Megalovania and solve all the problems, but besides that,
I'm gonna walk away and piss. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go piss. No, I'm just kidding.
and now we get to move on to the ship post of the day. And it all starts with chocolate milk.
Yep. And the right to consume.
Exactly. So let's go take a look at some chocolate milk. Well, not look at it, but witness how fourth graders are actually protesting because of chocolate milk. So what's going on here is that fourth graders, so essentially, as reported by ABC7 Los Angeles, there was a protest that was organized by a fourth grade class at the Sierra Vista K through 8 school outside Sacramento, California. The school district announced it would remove chocolate milk from the lunch menu due to its higher sugar content, and students were rightfully irate. And then you did say chocolate milk is the best, and I kind of agree with them on that. Chocolate milk is amazing.
Yeah, but is it to the point where it is, does it need to be chocolate milk? Does it even have to be milk, I guess.
Then again, I drink chocolate not chocolate oat milk, and that thing tastes like chocolate Rice Krispies, and it's amazing.
Yeah, but do you need that? I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. I love that shit though. Yeah, I love oat milk. It's like it. It's like it's not because I'm vegan or anything. It's literally just because it's like you said, Rice Krispies. But throw in a little bit of vanilla, and you literally have Rice Krispies. without chocolate.
All right. And then continue onwards. It says, on the heels of the announcement, one fourth grade cheater. Wow. One fourth grade.
Either.
One
Sorry,
fourth grade teacher
motherfucker.
decided to channel her students' ire into collective action. The teacher rallied her students, encouraging them to craft their very own protest songs displayed during a protest march around the school. ABC 7 reports that the students were instructed to form arguments for school's chocolate milk's return before embarking on their march. We're looking for the information to support our opinion. You can hear the teacher say in a news clip from Sacramento news station KQCA. So initially, what they're trying to do, she's trying to teach her students to stand up for themselves.
Oh, I see.
Or he. I don't know who the teacher is.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a girl. Okay. So
her
whoever girl,
students, yes.
so whoever girl it is trying to teach your students to stand up for yourselves.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. What do we want? Chocolate milk. When do we want it? Now. A district official says chocolate milk will now return for 1 day every other week. It's not much, but it's something. Regardless, like I always say, if you want to raise a civically engaged generation, start them early. I got a few, not really hot takes, but I really get I guess an opinion, I guess. I don't know. But do you have any thoughts on this? First off?
I mean, here's the thing. One, chocolate milk's a standard drink in most cafeterias. It's weird that you would remove something that's considered a standard option.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
And while I understand the cafeteria's goal of trying to promote nutritional health, I feel like it's better just to teach them this is what you shouldn't do rather than do forced restriction like this.
Yeah. I you see, I kind of I get I get why there's an argument against this. Like even if you scroll down, there's like a really angry dude. Um, but pretty much the rant about it is that it's just the fact that the uh the the idea of chocolate milk, it being like a daily thing is a little bit excessive, I guess. I mean, when I was a kid, I it was just chocolate milk. It was just Oakhurst chocolate milk, um, in the little carton. Um, and you know, I'm, uh, now uh, I wish I didn't really drink any milk or at least had juice because I feel like I have a bit more health problems that would have been prevented, you know. But it's reinforcing the uh, the healthiness of that choice. Um, there's studies about how milk is not as good. How cow milk isn't good. I mean, um, I just feel like schools in general, um, I feel like they don't I feel like they don't really promote health in meals, you know?
Right. I hear you.
I mean, anyways, this isn't supposed to be serious too much. We just thought that this was funny that they literally protest not having chocolate milk. Which I agree, about teaching people to stand up for themselves, especially, but I don't like it when the stand up for yourself is a complaint that's uh you know very bad, I guess. I don't know. Like it's like protesting against civil rights, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, obviously protesting for civil rights and the rights of the people is important. I feel like, honestly, here's my take on it. You could probably deal with having less chocolate milk once you get to middle school or high school, when a lot more of the drinks are more suited to them. When you're
Yeah.
a kid, I feel like you'd want to have like apple juice or chocolate milk or just various different options that are like more fruity and childlike in nature. I
Mm,
feel like just having chocolate milk as an option would be pretty important. Not, I mean, granted, not for nutritional sense, but I mean, like, because it's standard everywhere else you go, like, you think, you know, you'd want to
yeah.
match that?
Yeah, I get that. It's just I feel like they should work like the school district kind of enforces the whole um like I feel like they don't um have the I feel like they don't enforce like I feel like they don't enforce healthy choices as much, as they might seem to, you know. They're doing the bare minimum, you know. I mean, nowadays I hear from my younger cousin how, a lot of the shit that he gets is cold. So, cold food that's supposed to be hot, you know. So,
Wow.
um I don't even think that they care that much.
All right.
Uh
I'm sure it's a case by case basis of which school district you go to, pretty much. Some are going to do a little
yeah.
bit better than others, but naturally.
Mhm.
I mean, I just find like, if you went for complete health, the only thing you'd probably have in the menu is salad.
Yeah.
And then when,
I
and then when do you get bored of that?
yeah, I know.
It's like you have salad, apple slices, and for a kid, they're not gonna really be interested in it. So you would want to have like other dishes that would appeal to the child market, like slices of pizza and chicken nuggies. Honestly, maybe decrease the portions of it and maybe satisfy those requirements, but still.
I hear you.
But besides that, let's talk about some bears. And
What?
not the flying type either. We're talking about Build-A-Bear
Uh,
as our last article of the day.
oh. Oh. Okay.
So apparently
Uh
they're doing adult themed Build-A-Bears.
yeah.
And I have no idea why you do this, but
Um well, I mean, there's a lion that looks a bit um suggestive. So yeah.
so the thing is that makes this whole thing interesting is that they're saying that if you scroll down a little bit, they're saying that, yeah, obviously, brands understand that pivoting to attract a new audience doesn't have to be extreme. And they said what perhaps even stranger is that there doesn't seem to actually be any adult bears. They provided in the Facebook ad for the After Dark line just leads to some stuffed toys in heart pajamas.
Oh, okay. Um, it doesn't have like uh, you know, things.
And if you look at one person, these are just cheeky stuffed animals for wine moms.
You know, now that you mention it, I think that's what these are marketed towards or something. Um, I just am terrified of looking at these Twitter threads. There's what the fuck is this? Th- what the fuck is this? what the fuck is this? Oh shit. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna just blah and blah. What is this?
What the? that that's oh my god! I'm just gonna cover that in my Word document over here. Screw that. Yeah, interesting stuff here.
Animal BDSM. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this show is already more cursed than it already is. Now we're dealing with bears, and oh my god.
It's just the fact that they have alcohol. They have like champagne or wine or something in their hands, and then oh, yeah, this image of a lion in a robe, you know, and after dark, and
The only thing it really spawned is freaking memes, because if you look at this page here, I'm not actually gonna play it. Take a look at what one
yeah,
of the gifts is. It has a horse.
yes, I know about that. And I am fucking nope. I don't want to even watch that GIF. I'm glad there's no autoplay. Though I actually want to look at it because what the fuck? I just looked at it. That's so fucking weird. Like, I don't know.
Okay, we thought this was funny at first, but then it's one of those ones, we thought it was funny at first because we were looking at, like, After Dark, and then after we do this article, we're like, oh no.
I mean, they're just stuffed animals, so I'm leaning more towards this is okay.
Yeah. So long as we're careful and
Like you can have you can have your fantasies, but reality is exclusive,
yeah,
I guess.
kind of is.
So
Yeah, I agree.
pretty much.
Anyway,
Especially lioness.
yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, let's definitely not stuff a horse with a super vacuum. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Anyways,
It's like that one guy that one guy in Red Dead Redemption. He's looking for his horse that got stolen by some lady, and he loves that horse.
parallel too much there.
Or the Red Dead 2 where you find a black sheep with a marriage ring on a necklace around its neck and a pink bow tie, and a guy with his pants down dead next to the corpse of the sheep. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm giving too much information.
Don't we all give out too much information on the show? Anyways,
Hello?
our comment of the day is none.
Oh, we're heading straight into that. Okay.
Yeah, comment of the day is none because maybe we'll have something once we upload more often. Maybe if this thing gets more views, we'll have some people to actually discuss things about.
Oh, yes, certainly. I mean, our comment of the day is, I guess, anyone's impression of those downloads that we received. You know,
True.
I mean, I guess our comment of the day can be, you know how you mentioned, like, I think you mentioned, like, one of your brothers was like, how did you make a 5-hour episode? Or something like that. Didn't you say that or something?
Yeah, and the secret is we did it in multiple recording sessions because, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that is our comment of the day.
All right,
In a sense.
we can go with that.
And
Anyway.
stuffing horses. Sorry. I'm just kidding.
It's alongside horses or rubber duckies. We're good. All right.
Anyways.
Yeah. So I am Hydrowave99.
And I want to suplex this rubber duck. Also,
And these are the main metal girls, and this is James Hetfield, and they all want to meet him.
No, they all want to meet him and do a collab with a real Metallica-san.
So then, have a good night, everybody, and boy, we're gonna have to.
We'll suplex you all next time. I mean,
Of
sorry. We'll Soviet Europe. Fuck.
You know what to say. It's like our chance to talk
Anyways,
Anyways, bye everyone.
Bye.